It is 7 o'clock on Thursday night. The bald, sort of bald.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. Welcome to KoJack's Live, and I'm wearing a hat today because we're about to party, and the reason I'm telling you we're going to party is because we just witnessed two hands out there. We posted one on our Facebook page. The second one we did not post, and it was the craziest hand ever. Pocket fours versus pocket eights. Flop comes 4-8-8.
Quads versus the boat.
So now that we're here to party, we're letting you know how the action's going to be. We're gonna go ahead and head back to the bald and the beautiful here live at KoJack's 100 to 500 1-2 tonight.
Yep, same game we ran last week. Nobody guessed it, but it ran so well. We're going to do it again. And we've got a whole new lineup, and the action's already been there. So
Yeah, I'm looking back at the chip stacks right now, and as soon as we flip to the action, it's 100 to 500. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 players already well over the $500 barrier. There's one that's already closing in on 1,000, and I like this aspect of letting them start the game an hour before we go live.
Yeah, and we've been doing that the last few streams mainly because at the end of the day, you've got sort of a warm up into a stream game. People kind of feeling each other out, and we found that if we let them play a little bit, things get a little bit mixed up, and sort of that. I don't know, that feeling out vibe kind of passes, and by the time we go live, they're already stacks shifted, action going, and it.
And there's vengeance already to be had for the suckouts that are there. There's big stacks, and there's already enemies at the table. And when I say enemies, I don't mean like bad enemies, but, you took my chips. I'm getting them back.
Definitely going after them, but. It is July 3rd, which means all new stuff going on. I did a little bit of a live stream a couple days ago on KoJack's and Celebrity Card Club's Facebook, talking about some of the stuff we have going on in July. And we can always talk about it here before we get started here. The Fortune jackpot is still running, Charlie.
It is running. It's been hit one time, and it reset to 5,000. And I think it just crossed the $8,000 barrier. It's very close to it.
Very close to it. Very close to $8,000. We saw our good friend, Mr. Chris Murray, hit that about a week and a half ago, I guess.
He didn't only hit it a week and a half ago. He hit it with 4 minutes left on the clock.
Yep.
But now you don't really have to worry about that on Sundays because during this month, we have something amazing on Sundays.
Yep. Sunday's the new window, the opening window, 2 to 8 p.m. You're going to get additional 2 hours to make those 4 hands to win that almost $8,000 jackpot right now. So this weekend will be the first one this Sunday, 2 to 8 p.m.
So that means it's important to get your name on the list early.
Yes. Get in the game.
What about weekdays? It's also important to get your name on the list early.
Yep, and we'll show a little teaser on that here. The $100 in free hours. This is going to be the first weekend of it. If you get your name on Poker Atlas and get here before 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday, you get your name in a hopper, and Charlie's going to draw it out on Sunday at 4 p.m. So not only do you get to hear on Sunday to get that little bonus extra time on the Fortune, but you can win $100 in free hours, Charlie.
Oh, ship it my way because anything free is amazing, and that's 9 free hours at the table. If you can do the math and you know what's coming, then get here and make sure you're logged in. Make sure you have your name on Poker Atlas. It's a win-win. $100. You give me $100 in free time, I'm gonna turn that into $1,000 on the table.
No, you can cover quite a bit of chips your way with $100 worth of time. But we are playing here. This is the $1, $2, $100 to $500 buy-in. There we see Richard, ZD. Scott here raised it up pre-flop with the ace-king off. Didn't flop
it's
anything.
Not starting small. It's already $71 in the pot. Now over $151.
Yep, and ZD's not going to be a believer there as Scott keeps the pressure on with that pre-flop raise.
One scare card.
Yeah, there's an overcard to ZD's pocket sevens. It's going to go a quick check, 5 on the river. That's going to make ZD feel good about his pocket sevens.
Yeah, but it's going to be tough. Well, never mind. He just threw out $100 and said,
yep.
I know you have ace-king.
Not much for Scott here.
Hey, look at this. Their hats match. And it says their last name. Armstrong.
I think they might be a little related there.
Father's son. But let me tell you this. Father does not give the son any grace at the poker table.
No.
He says, I'm taking all of his money.
They have battled it out many a time. But just to keep one more reminder here, we were just wrapping up the conversation. I wanted to get to that hand, pocket sevens versus the ace-king. $100 in free hours if you are here on Sunday and you have your name drawn. The way to get your name in the drawing, one more time, all you have to do is put your name on Poker Atlas on the wait list Monday through Saturday and be here on location ready to play before 5 p.m. any one of those 6 days. And you get your name in a hopper and drawn out. And if you can't make it on Sunday, you're still going to win $50, Charlie.
Okay, so you can win and not be here?
You can win and not be here on Sunday.
What the deuce?
And still get that bonus to the cash game access there.
So I'm going to go ahead and say it. Poker's so sick. And here we go. Hand number 2. Remember, they've been playing for an hour. These stacks are a little increased. I'm seeing stacks 488, 775, 514, 505. They're ready to play. And Roger's only got 296 in his stack. He's got more. He's got 500. He refreshed up to 500. That'll get updated here in just a few minutes. But he was on the terrible end of that pocket 4s versus pocket 8s against Richard.
Yeah, I'm surprised he had any chips left over. He must have had the other guy out chipped.
So what he said, I had it in my mind that if I flopped a boat, I was going to go all in anyways. So you didn't take those chips from me. I gave them to you. Look at this. Once again, 5-3, best hand in poker. Yep. Nobody has it.
Nobody's got it. We got a pair of 5s in Jared's hand, though. But Blasto ahead here, top pair, king kicker. Unfortunately, Chris is going to step into it right here under the gun, betting out with his top pair, jack kicker. And don't know if anybody else is going to be able to come along here except for Blasto. Blasto here going, what, 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 on our streams. He's played every game type, every level. You know, Blasto is not afraid of any game of poker.
No, he's not. And we were talking about it last week. He built his house with poker.
Yep.
His house was a house that poker built.
He had a great week last week. Let's see if he can repeat that again this week. It's going to be 121 for him to call this here.
And he's going to call it. I mean, you got to feel good with the K9.
Yeah, he's counted out thinking about it. You can put Chris on an overpair, but the problem is this wasn't really a pre-flop raised pot. And so, yeah, Blasto's going to make that call, and Chris is going to see the bad news. He's going to need to catch one of the last remaining jacks.
Do you feel a jack coming? 11%, so that means there's 2 left. Oh, hey, look at this. I can do math.
Yep. Yep. Somebody folded one of his outs.
Is he going to be nice and let him run it twice? They're discussing it right now. We do allow running up to 3 times if players are all in.
4 on the turn on this one, no help. 7 on the river.
And he did run it twice.
He's going to let him try to get another stab here at a jack. And there's a jack on
3
the
outs.
Turn.
Oh.
So
and you can see him. I should have run it once.
Should have run it once.
But he does have a rule at the table. He will always run it multiple times with you until you tell him once.
That's it. So, yep, you gave him the opportunity, and Chris does not have to reach for that other bullet. But we just got started here. This is our 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Thursday night cash game here at KoJack's. Lots of people tuned in across all of our social media channels, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. A couple people already in the chat. Moses on the way, he says. Moses, you were signed up for this game, but he had stuff to do and couldn't quite make it. But he is going to get on that outer table. Hector says, what's up to Charlie?
And what's up, Hector? And Moses, we have that. So we have something that's a little bit different right now as opposed to what we normally do. We have a full feeder table. Mm-hmm. Our normal 1-2 game is 60 to 200.
Correct.
We have a full feeder table that's 100 to 500, and it is an absolute must move. If you sit down at that table, you're told, hey, you're moving into the live stream.
Yep. If you want to play in this live stream, you can show up here, get on that table, and get your name called. If some of these people decide to not rejoin the stream, but it is the exact same game, a special 1-2 deep stack, 1 to 500. And Moses, we completely understand and agree, buddy. Maybe next time we'll get you on the stream. Maybe later today if some people bust out. We got Charlie here answering one of Million's texts, missing the fact that his hand is live and has been called.
Oh, Paul Hurd knows it.
5-3 calls the $2. Roger's going to try to break up this family pot here, raising it up to blackjack with the 10-8 offsuit. I like the squeeze in the small blind.
If it wasn't for 5-3, I'm 100% going for that. I'm rooting for 10-8. I feel like that's the worst hand in there.
And now Jared's going to 3-bet this one with a king queen to 50. So a squeeze into a double squeeze.
We're still going to be 4 ways heads up.
No.
Blasto's calling.
3 left to go.
5-3, let it go. What are you doing, man? We've tried to teach you how strong that hand is. We saw it win time after time after time. Roger's not going anywhere, though.
Yeah, let's find out here. You're going to get to see a flop as Roger's probably going to go ahead and peel out that last 29. We've got quite a bit in the pot already with all the limping.
I would love to see a 4-bet.
Here we go. Would the 5-3 have it paid out?
Dealer, 100%. I see the future.
Dealer Joey in the box. King, queen, king. I don't.
This would be a bad time for Roger to punch at it.
Yeah, I don't think your 5-3 was going to win this one here. Roger does a check, and Jared's going to slow play his boat. There's a 6 on the turn. Does Roger stab here now? Maybe. Maybe that Jared would have done this. Now he's going to check it over, and Jared's finally going to put some bait into the water, see if he can catch a little bit of something here out of Roger. But we need
to get Zach.
Be able to continue.
We need to get Zach some Lincoln logs. I don't know if anybody from this generation knows what Lincoln logs are, but he's building a house around his cards.
Yeah, he's got a little chip.
We need to get him some
Lincoln logs going there. So Jared flopping the world, unfortunately, and no one else having anything else to compete with there, but drags down that pot as he did that little 3-bet pre-flop with the king queen. Good timing for him.
One thing I do hate about flopping he almost flopped the nuts. Pocket kings, of course, or pocket queens and he flopped their nuts.
Right.
Theoretically speaking, even though he held the queen. The only thing I hate about flopping that is usually when you flop the nuts, nobody else can have anything.
No, that's a tough one to continue there. You just got to hope that somebody has pocket aces or wants to get spicy with a jack 10, not giving you full credit for the boat on the flop. But no, it's definitely one of the things about these 1-2 deep stack games is you see a lot more hands being played. Not always as much pre-flop action, but there definitely was on that one. But you see a lot of limping, a lot of $10 pre-flop bets, but you get 4, 5, 6 ways what causes these train wrecks with these large stacks, and it makes for an entertaining game.
It really does. And, you know, I love all stakes of poker.
Mm-hmm.
And when we run games that are huge, 50, 100, we've run them in the past.
Mm-hmm.
There is so much more action in these games right here than there are in that. It's
oh yeah,
it's fold, 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 raise, fold, 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 fold in the big games. And this one right here, it's raise, call, 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 raise, call, 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 flop, and it's just so much more fun.
When everyone. At the end of the day, I've discovered that it's the variable chip stacks that matter, Charlie, which we're going to look at here just momentarily. When you've got some guys sitting with 700, 800 and some guys sitting with 1, 200, it just seems that the chips just fly a little bit easier, and that's what makes for some of these bigger pots. But when everyone at the table is sitting with $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, people sort of lock it up just a little bit there because of the pain.
Oh, bomb pot time. And while we're on this bomb pot, we're going to bring it to a KoJack's Live. Moises has a free daily waiting on him. Reese promised it. Reese does not let it go.
Did you not use it during the free roll?
No, probably not. He was probably running a couple minutes late and wanted to get in and just said, hey, let's go.
I gave it to you on Monday. You didn't come in and use it? No, feel free, Moses. If you didn't make it in for that free roll, come in and let them know that you still have one for checking out my live stream I did on Monday for everybody. And now the fun bomb pot. The only hand I see that would not, don't think it's going to get too far is the 3 queens in Roger's hand. And with Tanner having the 4th, not going to see any queens in this on these flops.
Oh,
King,
my goodness.
King 5, Ace 10 6. I don't even see a king in the field, Charlie. No, I do. ZD. He's got a. ZD's got a got the king.
Oh, yeah. He's got nothing to go with it.
Yeah.
Except for a full house. I mean, if you call that anything.
And we've got not much else. All the queens are accounted for, so Broadway is going to be hard to hit for anybody here on this bottom board. 2 pair does throw it into the muck. Understandable because they had nothing on the other side. So one thing about these bomb pots is, you want to have a draw on both boards.
You can't be naked on one side just in case. If let's say on the top board, if you have, on the bottom board that we see Ace 10, if you've got King Queen, just pretend that the 2 kings aren't out.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got King Queen and drawn to Broadway, there's a good chance somebody else has another Broadway draw. So if you're playing one side of the board, there's a great chance that you could get quartered. And just something like that.
There's the last king. So ZD here, knowing that he's got the only king in the deck, so probably feeling it pretty good.
Jared's not feeling too good about his ace because he's got a naked ace with an 8 kicker. Roger could essentially bet him off of that if Roger feels like getting frisky, which he's a little bit down since the game started, and he could definitely no. I think he's folded.
Yeah, it's hard to call with 3 queens and an 8. You're not going to be able to do much of that with either one of these boards. On kind of.
So Zach knows he's got the top locked up.
Yeah.
4th king is out.
4th king's out there. No one can beat him at all.
Look at this. Roger's calling.
Interesting. Roger could think that his queens and kings could be good at the top, or
and Jared might be letting this go. He's got a good beard and good hair. I'm jealous.
He does.
And look at that. He lets it go. So Roger's got the check. No, he no longer has the check mark. Zach's got the king.
Zach's got a king.
Oh, there's no way to bet him off this. So
No.
Zach may be sweeping it.
Yeah, ZD's not going to
And
fold
Scott
at
called.
the top. The nuts don't change on the top. He still has that king's full, the only one possible. And, yeah, ZD's got this one hammerlocked. So, Scott, I'm guessing Scott was looking at his jack high flush draw on the top, maybe. ZD is going to announce his hand there, betting the pot 340, and we see that it's not going to get.
Yeah, he said I have a king.
Yeah, not going to get any action. But still a pretty decent pickup there.
Yeah, look at this. Basil's still working on that free lifetime membership from setting in North Korea. Basil, can you go ahead and send us your GPS coordinates and let us know where you are? Because poker's so sick, baby.
Well, you missed it last week. He was walking over to his phone over in the corner there and texting. I am watching from North Korea when he was
Sitting at the table.
in seat 1.
I guess he could have changed his VPN to North Korea, right? That would have raised all kinds of alarms with IT. But you know what was terrible for Basil? The second that we turned off the stream last week, he crushed an absolute
Well,
hand.
we got to see him come back in the last couple of hands to get back positive. But speaking of chip stacks here, Blasto, 836, and I think he's only in for 500. Charlie.
Yep, that can't. Everybody's in for 500.
Yeah, I think once. I think Roger down there on the bottom, you see there with the 143. I think
No, that's not right because he's got a stack of greens he's playing
Yeah.
with right there in the corner.
because he topped up right before we went live, and since we're on a 15-minute delay, you'll see those numbers change. Hopefully here pretty soon. But regardless, they're all going to be pretty close, and you can see there that. We've had some action out of Richard, Billy, bit about even, Tanner about even. Richard's actually up about 250, so we definitely have had some action in that first hour they got to play before we went live.
Okay. And I just did get the confirmation that Roger's chip stack will be updated in just a few seconds. And of course, like you said, we're on a 15-minute delay, so once it's updated, it shows up on our
We'll
end
update
much
up
later.
there. So Blasto here is with the ace 7 of diamonds, going to raise it up to 15. ZD going to come along with the ace 5 offsuit. Roger
5-way to the
wants
flop.
get frisky.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, Richard here, ace 10 makes the call, and Scott getting a good price, going to call as well. So 5 ways to a $78 a pot. Dealer Jason now in the box. Deuce 9-7.
Everybody kind of got a piece of that with the exception of Richard.
Yeah, we got top
And
pair
Zach.
for Scott and Roger. Not much for ZD going on. Blasto, middle pair. He was the pre-flop aggressor. And Scott's going to take the betting lead from me here, though.
That's
with
40.
that top pair, betting out $40 into this 78. Blasto can't come along with his second pair. Roger didn't get his diamonds I think he was hoping for, but I think that was a good thing since ZD did have the nut diamonds.
So Roger and Scott have played a ton of poker together.
One of these,
And Roger knows he's got a 9.
one of these long-term relationships here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to let that 5 kicker go with the top
Yeah, he
pair.
knows at that point that Scott has a 9 and pretty much everything beats a 5.
Yep. That other piece of paper we had go.
And here we go, moving on to hand number 5 here at KoJack's
Hand
Poker
number
Club.
6. This is hand number 6.
Is it?
Yeah, I think.
I can count. I just learned.
Like I said, it's only on the stream, but these guys have been playing a little over an hour together. And the outer table is going on as well. It's the same game, 1-2 to 1 to a $500 buy-in, 1-2 game. And if anybody busts out and decides not to come back in, we're gonna treat that outer table as a feeder table. They're gonna join us here on the live stream. We're gonna be live with you guys until 10 p.m. But the game's gonna go on much longer than that, Charlie, with the 2 tables. I
Oh,
think.
my goodness. So we've been averaging closing between 4 and 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And the game would run longer. We're building up our staff right now. We're loading staff heavy with dealers. So
Oh, look at this. Tanner's going to raise it up to 15.
Aces in the house, baby. Aces in the house. I like the 4 deuce against aces, though.
King,
Sneaky,
queen,
sneaky.
raised to 15. ZD's going to 3-bet to 50 with the pocket aces. Roger makes the call. King, jack, suited. Oh, Jared's got pocket queens. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Train wreck time here. Jared just calls. Might save some money there. Tanner, who's a pre-flop raiser initially, makes the completion. So we're going.
Your average 1-2, $200 in the pot, 4-way action.
Yeah, that's West Texas 1-2 here. Queens versus aces versus king, jack, king, queen.
Luckily
There's
for
a
Jared,
king
scare
right
card.
here. Yep, that's going to be a scare card for the pocket queens of Jared.
Terrible card for Roger, though.
Let's see what Jared decides. He does go ahead and check it over, try to sniff it out. Tanner's going to bet 75 out with his top pair queen kicker. We see that ZD's got the pocket aces, hoping that one of these players has the king.
Does he just call?
He has two.
Oh.
Nope, he's going to announce now. There it is.
It's over.
Over the line. Look
I don't think he really wanted to do that, but we do have a hard bet line here at KoJack's, and once it went over, he knew it had to
Yeah, he
stay.
moved
Oh, that's why he
across
went.
the line. So he went all in. And difficult one here for Roger, but this could be done a lot of the times with a king diamond draw, but he's holding the king of diamonds.
And so Roger's all in for much, much more. It'll be updated on this hand once we get that count.
Yeah. He's got at least almost 300 there, Charlie. Almost 200 there. Yeah,
Just over.
at 250.
Now, what does Tanner do in this point?
No, you've got an all in and a call. I mean,
All of a sudden, King Queen shrinks to the size of nothing.
yeah, and you've got you don't have the king of diamonds in your hand. Like Roger can see that it's not king X of diamonds, but Tanner's got to be aware that he's up against king X of diamonds here, and it's gonna be all of his stack. We see he's got 382 behind. And ZD went all in for almost 700.
That was a bold move right there. Most of the time, that's not going to get a call, but it's the perfect flop. He really probably doesn't want to call in this case.
No, it's kind of hard when you like
2 diamonds?
Yeah, 2 diamonds. You could, like I said, you can put your opponents on a draw, but at the end of the day, ZD he bet 75. It's not like he checked it over to him. He did bet 75, which was a pretty decent sized bet, almost a half size pot bet. And ZD shipped it over the top of him, and Roger makes the call.
Scott looks like he might be smiling because his son's in pain right there.
Yep, and he throws it away. Good fold there by Tanner. You got to know that one of them's got you a set of eights, set of deuces,
And there's
possibly ace king, because there was pre-flop action. So Roger here going to see the bad news.
Oh,
We saw a jack hit.
He's not dead,
last
though.
time. Yeah, we saw a jack hit last time to come from behind for the 2 pair. I think I saw Jason throw up a 3 there. So you're going to run this on 3 times. No help here on this first board.
That's all Zach.
Yep.
Oh, there's the diamond.
Turn diamond. You got a backdoor diamond draw.
Oh, and he
Doesn't
whiffs.
get there. So that's 2 headed to ZD's way. And the third board
It's check
pairing.
mark to Zach.
deuce, Yep. And a 6 and aces are going to hold all 3 times. And we'll see if Mr. Roger does come back in, more than likely. So,
Oh, yes.
not a guy to get out of a game like this early.
Shout out to Basil. Where you at tonight, baby?
Yeah, I got him to sign up for this game. He didn't sign up in the initial 9. I thought he might. He did. Ended up doing well in the stream, like you spoke earlier. He fought the cards all night long. I was here for that whole production, and he just did not have anything go his way, and then won a monster bomb pot towards the end of the stream. And then you said he continued to do good after that.
Yeah, he won a huge hand right when we turned it off. And he goes, "Dog, man, can we turn it back on so everybody can see my chips?" I said, "Basil, everybody knows you got chips."
Yeah,
He's a cashing fool, man.
I don't know.
Every tournament, he's somehow in there.
He did really well for the PLO tournament last night. I was here for that, and he made a final table run. I think he got like 6th.
Right out of the cash, we paid 5 places.
Yeah, he was one or two out of the cash, but still made that deep run, which is pretty common for him here at KoJack.
Shoot, the top. Well, when I say the top casher, it automatically goes to Rudy Borg because he's the top casher at KoJack's with most money.
Right.
But when I talk about just weekly tournaments, the top casher, it's an even step between Joni and Basil. They are somehow always at that final table.
Tournament grinders.
Yes.
So Tanner here trying to get some of that last pot money back. Pocket fives.
Look at this.
It up
3-bet.
to 15. Yeah, Scott called. Hurd called with his jack 10, and Jared another 3-bet with the ace king offsuit.
Tanner's in another tough spot.
Yeah, I think you have to maybe set mine here just because.
And he's going to do it. He's got a decent chip stack.
Bet 15. He's got 2 players left ag behind him. You don't see 3-bets a whole lot, but you do see him in these deeper stack cash games but you definitely don't see many 4-bets there. So
Heads up, 7 up, classic coin flip.
Yep, Tanner puts in the call, and we're going to go heads up. Pocket fives versus the ace king, $188 in the middle. Let's see if connects with the ace of the king. It does not. 7-9 queen. So Tanner, if he can keep him off of an overpair or ace queen there.
Jared did not let the
continue
gas go. He said 75 again. That's going to be impossible for Tanner to
let
call.
that one go.
Even though he's ahead right there. Too many options for king, queen, ace, queen, pocket jacks, 75 bet
pocket
pre-flop.
Tens, pocket nines, 3-bet pre-flop. He's got a pocket pair in his range of bigger than the fives. Like I said, he's just set mining there, but it's one of those hands that, if you're getting a decent enough price and it does hit, it's going to be pretty hidden. And you're going to get paid on it by an overpair more than likely.
Oh, Jason knocked over some of Richard's chips. And look at that. He moved it. He said, "You're not going to."
No.
So as a player, seat one is the toughest seat to set in as a player because you really dictate for a right-handed dealer. Seat 9 for a left-handed dealer. Seat 1 for a right-handed dealer. And he moved it right back up. He had to reset the voodoo on it.
To reset the towers. Yep.
Yes.
So. ZD still hasn't built onto that house foundation there, Charlie.
No, he didn't.
He got distracted. He just wanted a little cage there to put his cards in.
So you see him talking to seat 2. He's talking to Billy right now. He's bragging right now, and Billy's just like a nurse shark sitting in the water, just waiting on his chance, and he's going to bite here in a minute.
Yeah, that's one player we haven't discussed yet. He hasn't picked up any cards yet, but Billy, one of the more dangerous players at this table.
It doesn't matter what game, what stakes.
Now, Billy is a well-known face here at KoJack's and many other places. So, one of those guys that travels around and plays in tournaments. I've seen him hoist several trophies in my years here. And this one's going to be just a limped around here 5 ways. So some interesting callings here. 3 king, 7, 2 clubs gives Billy the 9 high flush draw. Scott top pair going to leave this one out.
Coy. He straight checked that. He's OP. He's out of position in the small blind. He's going to see how it goes.
Yeah, you're going to definitely peel here, which he chooses to do. Richard came along as well with his bottom pair. Chris wanted to see some running hearts, maybe. It's called the $10, and there's one of them. Ace of hearts on the turn.
When you know, you know.
So now 2 players with flush draws. Scott there is going to slow down a check after betting the top pair, and Chris is now going to bet out his flush draw.
That's a very scary spot to be in for everybody else at the table because you get a floater, and you don't know if they're floating with ace X of clubs.
Right. No, it's a good representation here. Chris betting that out there definitely sends some mixed signals. And Richard not giving up yet. He's like, you know what? This bottom pair could do something. Billy not going to go anywhere, getting great odds to call the 15 on his club draw. So we're still going to be 3 ways. Expected it 2, but Richard's wanting to get lucky. Unfortunately, doesn't do it. And
back door, ladies and gentlemen. Chris is in the house. He bought him with $200 today.
And it's going to check around real quickly. And
he didn't want that check, but that's what he got.
And everybody else saying, what? What did you call us on the flop?
One thing I love about Chris, Chris is not shy to show his hand. You know how most people, hey, I called you, you show? Chris says, here, this is what I got. If you beat it, you beat it.
Last week we saw him, he caught fire early. And
5-3, 5-3, 5-3.
Well, not just that, but he definitely definitely cut a lot of hands early, made a lot of moves. We saw a couple squeezes. I know.
Yeah, he had some really good moves and
played really well last week.
Really good moves.
Glad to see him back. He said he wanted the 9 seat, and I said, "Well, we're 10-handed." It's like, "Don't care. I want the 9 seat again." Okay. I just thought he might have been wanting to be next to the dealer. I didn't know, and he said, "No." I said, "We're playing 10-handed," and he said, "No, I still want the 9 seat."
Yes, sir. That just trips me out how Zach has. So he has his chips like this. Billy's built an even tower of his chips going out. And you'll see it when the camera moves around. Zach's suited, kind of connected. I guess that you can call that a suited gap connected.
Calls. He's going to raise it up to 10 with the 8-4 of spades. If you're going to play it, might as well raise it. A little bit of show a little bit of range there if he gets called down and has to show that one.
Tanner's got a lot of playable cards. We've seen king queens. We've seen pocket pairs, queen 10 now. And with nobody with an ace in the hand, this is going to go to a first to bet, first to win. Zach's definitely got the initiative since he's got the chip lead at the table. And he could have won the pot right there.
Anybody with an ace is going to check this down on the flop, so you can still bet this on the turn.
Here goes the small bet now, and
Yep.
Chris is going to call. So Zach is going to bet. It's going to go check, check. Ah, just kidding.
Oh, Tanner here wants to fire out with his gut shot.
Does Chris believe it, though?
Like I said, any trip aces here on this flop's going to slow play it. So Chris has definitely got a
Raise in hand.
Yep, and that's going to show him that to have the possibility of having that ace. And Tanner here with just the gut shot.
But he's got 5 outs. He's got more outs than a normal gut shot.
Why not? He's in his mind, he's only got the 4 outs of the king, but we see that he had more than that. 6 of spades on the river doesn't change anything. We'll see if Chris wants to check this one after Tanner does, just to get to showdown. That's exactly.
Look at that. He looks right over and smiles. He's not afraid to show his hand at any point.
He didn't really see the value in betting there, because if Tanner's sitting there slow playing that ace. Andy in the YouTube chat asked, where do you guys located at? We are in Midland, Texas, West Texas. One of the best places to play poker in the whole country.
So it is absolutely crazy out here. There's nothing but oil and poker and banks. So that tells you how the cash games are out here. They are super oily. I guess that's the best way to say it.
Oily games here in West Texas. We're playing 7 days a week here at KoJack's. The 1, 2, and the 5 on the button, most common games played. But we've seen different games from Big O, round of each, PLOs, and the stakes can go pretty much as high as you'll want to play here in West Texas.
We also have 2 other clubs located out here, 2 sister clubs, well, sister and brother club, I guess you could call it, located, one in San Angelo, Texas. That's called the River League, and then one in Odessa, Texas, about 15 miles from us, exactly 15 miles from us, Celebrity Card Club. And if you can't find action at one of these 3 clubs, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, there's always a game, multiple games in these clubs here in West Texas. And like I said, pretty much any stakes you want to play do get together here in these clubs.
Speaking of multiple games being played, right now at KoJack's, there's 3 tables, getting close to a 4th table. Over at Celebrity Card Club in Odessa, they have a 5 on the button and a 5 on the button round of each running. Over at the River League, they've got a 1-3 no limit hold'em, and they got what do they got going on this weekend there?
This weekend, we have our new freeze out tomorrow.
Oh, what's the buy-in?
That one's the it's a turbo freeze out. It's only a $45 tournament, and we've had almost 40 players pop in this thing because it is a low, speedy freeze out. Just let's get the night primed for
cash games. Yeah,
and everybody comes in and gambles up on these freeze outs, and then plays cash all night long on Friday in San Angelo. 4 players still looking at this flop of 8, deuce, 6. We see a 9 on the turn. Tanner here with the pair of 6s. Can't feel good, but is in the lead. Jared going to be the one to stab out here. We saw some chips there, betting a green chip quarter into this pot.
he is not afraid.
No, I like it.
I've got the Eminem song in my head. Not afraid, but he is not afraid to put money in that pot.
Tanner wants to see some proof of life here as he calls the 25 with the 3rd pair.
It's going to be tough for another bet on the river to call us if Jared continue. Well, that didn't really change anything, but it's still going to be hard. 171 in the pot, $50.
Jared's got to bet it to win it. Let's see if he gives up. Now, he's going to bet 50, and I like it. He didn't give up, Charlie.
Yep,
He
my man
put in and really a kind of a sneaky sizing chosen here. It feels like please call me.
Yep.
He didn't fire 200 into $150 pot. He
Does Tanner have it though? Can he find it? So that 50 is 1/4 of Tanner's stack right there.
Yeah, and Tanner's not one to let it go. He said, I have a pair, and you could very easily have just a 7 for a bust.
Oh, and he got caught.
The call.
His hand was in the cookie jar.
Actually, no. Tanner goes all in. That's even better.
Oh my goodness! Look at Jared's face. He knows he was bluffing. He was 100% hoping he took it down. But that move right there, he says, "Here, take my money."
Yeah, it does let it go, but I love the bet out there, and I even love the shove.
Look at Chris smiling. I mean, that got it all going. He said, "You just got shoved on, boy."
That was a great move by both players there. Absolutely.
Love the stab. Love the other.
Yeah, 1-2. A West Texas poker.
Speaking of something, that button has something crazy on it. What does that button have on it on the table?
You want to talk about this one or the button on the table?
The button on the table.
Button on the table. Well,
Yeah.
let's see what the button has on there. It has this here, Charlie, the end of summer series. And this is so much to talk about with this end of summer series. It's not coming up till the end of August, but everyone's already asking questions because it's completely different than what we normally do, Charlie.
Andy, this is for you. Find you a flight. Come out here to Midland, Texas, in late August, and we've got 5 amazing free rolls,
Yep.
culminating in a weekend of something crazy that hasn't been done out in West Texas.
Yeah, we're gonna have a free roll every single day from August 25th to August 31st. Different game types of these free rolls. We're gonna have Hold'em with bomb pots on the every odd level, I believe, and then we're gonna have a Tuesday, just a full-on free roll bomb pot tournament.
Sign me up for that.
Yep. Then we're gonna play Pot Limit Omaha, 4-card high only,
5,000
Wednesday free roll,
guarantee. Sign me up for
5,000
that.
guarantee. And then the San Angelo Special Crazy Pineapple. They love that game there in San Angelo, and we're gonna give it a shot here during this series. And so a week full of free rolls, and we will talk about the other fantastic things we have going on this week. Save that for later, Charlie. It's going to be a lot of fun to talk about that. It's super special.
Look at this. King Jack, Jack 7 suited, 9 8 suited. Those are trouble because they're both diamonds. 10 8 suited, pocket 5s, 4 3 suited. All of them in for 15, 120 in the pot, 7-way action. And here we go. 2 diamonds on the board.
2 diamonds hitting ace high, no player having an ace.
And Blasto's still committed to this pot. He's got the king high backdoor flush draw and Broadway draw.
Yeah, let's see who wants to stab here. I don't know if anybody's going to take a quick step. Yeah, Billy with the bottom pair checks as well. So let's see if...
I'd like to see Richard bet right there just to throw off everybody. Huh?
Yeah. So
Oh, Fitty.
Scott here. No, I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at the other side of the screen. Water bottle in the way. Did have the ace there, so he's going to try to thin this field.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
No, it's way over here in the bottom.
Oh, I said 7 players. It was 8 players to the
that's
flop.
Texas.
Holy crap.
Texas KoJack's poker there for you. Scott trying to bet out the field there, betting his ace with a 9 kicker on that button.
Zach calls, then Roger calls. Roger's in trouble. Roger needs something like a 7. Any 7. Oh, wait. Well, not a 7 of diamonds, but any 7.
Yeah. And pocket 5s folds. Billy's going to make the call with the bottom pair back
He took
door.
1/4 off of each stack.
Yeah.
He kept them even.
Keeping the towers even. So we're still 4 ways, surprisingly. Jack on the turn.
That's a good card for Roger.
Good card for Roger. Gives him some live outs.
It's an even better card for Zach because that does give him 1 pair now.
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
Well,
Dead.
It checks around as no one really was in love with their hand just yet. Scott hitting a 3rd ace, but wasn't going to get much action. Maybe a small call out of ZD, but probably not.
Looks like 100.
He's going to bet big here. At least maybe 125. There's 3 green chips stuffed in there. And ZD's the only one that can really look him up just to keep him honest. He's counting out some chips here.
Zach doesn't typically like to give away chips, and with a player like Scott, he's not bluffing.
No, and his 7 kicker is not going to play. He did make the call, Charlie. He wanted to see if Scott was being serious. We're going to see that he wasn't quite serious, but enough.
He just said, "Son, that's how you play."
Yeah.
And after he shipped it all in, he said, "Son, that's how you play." Look at that evil stare down at the other table. Give me your chips.
So yeah, ZT there trying to keep Scott honest, and he was absolutely honest on that one. Scott is, Scott doesn't look like a guy that I want to check to see if he's honest. He's pretty serious. Like
No, there's so Roger's got a good sense of humor. I would keep him honest. Scott and Robert, I don't see them bluffing too much at all. And if they're putting chips in the pot, it's a very calculated bluff if they're bluffing.
Yeah, no, that's like I said, ZD there saying, just in case that pot was just big enough, let me call this down here and see what happens.
Oh, man, we had them steak tacos this week, and we had that cafe just blew it out of the water. Murray came in, made some amazing meals this weekend. Are we going to do any others this next weekend?
I have no idea. I'm sure they have something planned. There's all kinds of stuff going on in that new snack bar here. Loving it. There's your hand, Charlie.
That's my hand. I am 100% on board with it. And that's Chris. So last week he won 3 times with that hand, and he said, "If I get it, I'm playing it."
And I was just about to say, I just realized that it is Chris, and he's going to definitely play it. Roger's going to get ahead of him, though. I guarantee you, Chris might have raised with this hand if Roger hadn't.
Yes.
But,
and Chris said if he did win with 5-3, he's going to point right at the camera. He said, "It's for you if I win."
Let's see if he can do it here. He's got a lot of ground to catch up on. Roger raised it up to 30 with the King Jack. Chris called with the 5-3 at Charlie special. Jared wanted to get it mixed up with the King 5 of hearts. Richard pocket sevens.
Look how far he is behind, though. He's got pocket sevens.
And then Hurd's got one of his outs there. Jared's got his other out. 5-3's got a lot of work to do, Charlie.
I didn't. Oh, I'm still on 5-3's team.
Well, there you go. There's a piece of it. 10 deuce tray.
Richard's way in the lead at this point.
Yeah, that can't feel great with a singular overcard there. But Roger was one that raised a pre-flop and checked it here.
Look at this.
Look at Chris announcing a bet of 50 there. Wonder if he can take this one down. And, it could work, Charlie.
Richard's got a call.
No, Richard's going to.
Oh, he's scared of the 10.
Your 5-3 may come through. And Roger, who is the pre-flop aggressor,
he's not ready to
float
submit.
here with 2 overs. He does come along. So your 5-3 didn't quite.
I got to dodge
through.
a king or a jack.
Let's see if he can get another.
Oh, Richard's
the
kicking himself.
7. Yeah, Richard folded the pocket sevens to that bet there. And it's going to go.
Look at this, all in.
Jam, there it is. And it's going to work. Your 5-3 got home. Wow. And he dragged.
Oh, he's sweating pellets right now, though.
A good sized pot too. Made a couple $100 on that pot.
Oh, watch him. Look at this.
Look at
this.
5-3.
Point.
Where's the camera?
Point. You got a point. You said you were going to point.
Oh, he's looking for a camera to point at. There's a grin. Okay.
I got to walk out there and tell him good job.
Charlie out here influencing our stream games left and right. Oh my goodness! So the 5-3 in the hands of the man who binked it 3 times, once back to back last week. So Chris there playing Charlie's hand beautifully, and a good thing too, because he would have lost that whenever Richard turns his set.
Richard may have just submitted and surrendered just a hair early, but $50 with a 10 over card.
No, you get a bigger pocket pair. Pick your spots. He's got a good stack, but no reason to get it in too crazily with just one pair.
I love how Chris stacks his chips too.
Just
no method behind them.
Just to the top where they seem balanced-ish and stop.
Billy has not gotten anything going just yet.
No, but he's got the right shirt on. I don't know if you saw that or
what did it say?
That was one of our Lucky Brand Clover River League specials.
Very nice. Very nice.
River League representing the San Angelo card room at this stream table here at KoJack's. Gotta love it.
Typical 1-2, $64 in the pot, 7 ways going to the flop. KoJack's hand. If you're not on the list, you are missing out. We've got 3 tables currently running. One is a full feeder table into this.
Yeah, come maybe get in on this stream. If not, definitely be able to combine them later tonight because the game's going to go on beyond the stream.
Look at this. No kings, no 2s, no hearts.
And Billy's betting it out right here.
He knows.
Yeah, that's what they call a polarizing flop.
Hey, question for you. How many hands of poker do you think Billy has played?
That was his second or third.
No. Lifetime.
Oh, lifetime.
We're counting online poker. We're counting regular poker. How many hands total do you think that man has played?
Who the heck knows? Does he have it calculated in?
No. I bet you it's probably close to 1 million hands. Yeah, Dawson's over here saying more. But for a point in time when online poker, Poker Bros was running wild, he would set at 7 tables, playing 7 tables on his phone, still focusing on this game, up on all 7 tables, including up on the live table.
We saw a lot of that during the COVID shutdowns, a lot of online plays. So it could get the hand numbers up there, but a million's a lot, Charlie. Come on now.
Hey, but think about it. In a normal setting of online poker, you play for a couple hours, you probably play 200 hands because it's
so
electronic, so much faster.
Yeah, faster than live for sure.
Multiply that by 7.
Yeah, looking at about 500 hands.
Yeah, multiply that by 7 days a week.
Yeah,
and he probably doesn't only play 2 hours. He probably plays 5-6 hours.
It's definitely way more hands of poker than I've played.
So who's played more hands of poker, Craig from San Angelo or Billy? Because Craig doesn't play much online. He plays a little bit. But Billy, who's played more hands, Craig or Billy?
Well, if you're just talking about hands, obviously anybody that plays online would have the edge. But live hands, Craig might have played more than Billy.
Okay.
Because he's been playing for a long
time. one or 2 or 20 years.
And Doyle Brunson actually, he didn't say it to me. We were in mixed company, but
I forget you know him.
Yeah.
I knew him. I
He-
forget that.
he said that, and he actually put the line in one of his books. I think it was the Memoirs of a Champion, but I was there for when he said it. He said that these kids can get 10 years of poker experience, you know,
In 1 year.
in less than a year because of this online stuff. And he wasn't wrong. You know, they were getting to catch up to him on hands played and experience of the game, just because online got so huge.
Oh, my Paul Hurd is not going anywhere. He's got the K7.
Like, yeah, the last 7 in the deck doesn't fill up though. Looks like, but he's definitely got an advantage.
5-3 in Billy's hand of spades. I'm automatically rooting on that, but he's trumped by Scott's ace nut spade
Yeah.
draw.
So those listening, we've got 7-7 deuce on the bottom, deuce jack 7 on the top. So it's pretty easy to scoop this one here, but harder to get paid. We see ZD has a deuce in his hand. Not much else to go with that though. But Hurd's going to bet it out here, $50 since he has the last 7.
Probably going to get a call from Scott. Tanner's probably going to call, and Jared's probably long gone after this. No, he already called.
Jared called. He's got a deuce. He's got.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, he's got.
He's looking for a 9 somewhere, though.
There's a 10 on at the top, giving him a gut shot. And
Is that a
it's
9
like
or a queen?
It's like a 10 on the top. It could be a queen. Let the graphics play catch up here.
Yeah.
That is going to be a queen. That's going to give
Jared 2 pair on
Jared
the bottom,
queens and deuces,
which is the top on the graphics.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird hand here. No one's super strong, but just enough to keep going along. Hurd put in another bet there. Looks like he bet 100 this time, Charlie.
Yep, and he look at this. He's got the chip. He's got the chip roll. You automatically stay away from him.
Playing with chips. Scott here, just not quite enough to do much with. He has the nut spade draw on the bottom still. Picked up the nut spade on the top, but it's got a paired
He looks
board.
He looks painful too.
Yeah, because you got the both boards a nut flush draw, but
And he's drawing.
one of them's a paired board, which is always scary and bomb.
There it is. And
on the top is going to give him the nut flush.
And Hurd fills up on the bottom.
On the right side, Hurd. Yeah, so you're going to see bet whatever, call whatever, and unfortunately Jared's going to be the only one having to let this one go. Hurd reached for 2 big handfuls there. Looks like a $200 bet. And Scott here's the last to act.
And he has the nuts. He's hoping right now that Jared
hoping
calls.
that Jared calls. But Jared just not having it quite enough. Oh, he did hit the straight. I just saw
I didn't
that,
see
Charlie.
it.
He's got this.
Queen 9.
Yep. He says, I'm going to see if this straight's good enough.
Does
And,
Paul raise it now? He's got to.
Well, Scott's got the nuts.
I mean, Scott. I meant, does
Yeah,
Scott
so
raise it?
There's no reason not to. Yeah, it
He-
looks like he just said all in.
No, he said his action on me. Where's it at?
Yeah,
He does raise it.
He does go all in. Might as well when you have the
Now-
nuts on
now
one
Ja-
side, 3 ways.
oh.
Yep. So they're going to chop up Jared's money here. That 8 on the river was
And the first hand over, Jared sees his doom.
caught as open-ended, but the wrong flavor, as Scott has the nut spades on the top, and Hurd has the boat on the bottom with the.
Jared had a straight on both boards. Queen 9.
Yeah, I didn't even see the other one. No, I didn't have the straight on the.
Oh, it's flipped.
Yeah,
It's flipped.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that was
so-
my mistake. I was like, Jared had it straight
Yeah,
on
he
both
was just-
boards.
He was just hoping that no one had made the spades down there at the bottom, but that pot was so big. I understand the call. Might as well try to get half of that money back.
Yeah.
But so you're going to see Scott and Hurd. $1,400 bomb pot. And they get our customary Thursday pizza for Charlie and I here.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot you got pineapples.
You said you eat anything.
I do.
All right, so here's a question for the chat. We've got a bunch of people in here.
The age-old question.
Does pineapple belong on pizza? Put a 1 in the chat if you think yes. Put a 2 on the chat if you think no. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
I had it the other day. I think Moyer got it, and I think he likes the pineapple pizza. I don't hate it. Like I said, that doesn't matter to me. But yeah, pineapple on the pizza, the classic question there for everyone. And there is quite a few people in all of our social medias. We appreciate you tuning in to this 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Thursday at night live stream. We found on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Everybody in the chat rooms, appreciate the comments. Let us know who you're here rooting on.
Look at this. Dawson says 111. That's
Yeah.
an absolute yes.
Yes.
I
to
think you
be,
find more pizza that more pizza that wants pineapple. More people that want pineapple on pizza.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things you either love it or hate it. That's why it's a age-old question. But I don't hate it at all. I like that little sweet, that
Little kick.
little sweet kick to it. Hand number 15. We've only played 15 hands, Charlie. It feels like
They've
we've
all
been
been like
sitting here for-
$300.
Yeah, big. Seems like we've had a lot of action here in just 15 hands, and we certainly have. And this one here is going to get some more hands in here. Scott's going to raise it up to 10.
Basil puts a 3 on there. Sometimes.
Sometimes. Scott going to raise it up to 10 with the ace-10 offsuit. Of course, everybody's in for 2. Might as well call for 10. Pocket 5s. We've seen those a few times tonight. Hasn't connected quite yet. Jared here with the king 3 suited of spades. And we've got ace,
just like
10,
that?
ace. How about Gin for Scott?
Check mark, hands over. Let's go to the other hand. The next hand. Nobody's got enough to call. That would have been terrible.
Yeah. Jack on the turn as Scott's trying to let people catch up, and unfortunately not quite there yet. He's going to check all the way around. Scott going to see if he can get any fish on the line with a small bet of $10.
Oh,
Chris is wanting to see if his 5s can hold up.
Oh,
so
that's going to be atrocious if he
and
hits a
Jared, did Jared call too? Yeah, Jared said, why not? I'll see if I can take this away on the river. Possibly maybe the play here. Chris checks it, Jared checks it. And now Scott, he's got 2 fish on the line. You may see him bet $100 here, Charlie.
I'm looking at 30.
I mean, fire big if you got 2 callers.
Oh, you called it.
He listened. No, he only bet 75. He didn't quite listen to me, but
You almost called it.
You got 2 people and you got that monster. Go ahead. He's going to show them. Say, yeah, that's
Big Daddy doesn't bluff.
That's me.
That's back-to-back nuts on 2 hands.
Yeah, that's
Bomb pot and this.
Yep. And speaking of which, let's take a look at some of these stacks here, see how they have shifted. Scott being the cash chip leader here, not by a whole lot, but he is over 1,000. That's a full double up on that buy-in. A little over 1,000 for Scott. ZD, pretty close to him.
He was joking when he bought in. He said, how much can I buy in for? I said 700. So he put 700 down. And I said, just so you know, the table max is 500. The other 200 is tip. And he looked at me and just picked it up and put it right back in his pocket.
That's funny. So ZD right behind him as he picked up most of those chips pre-stream, and but he's put a little bit of them to work since then. Behind him, Blasto just under 8, Hurd just over 7, Richardson about 650, Tanner, Chris, and Billy all a little over the 400 mark, Jared a little under 300, and Roger, like I said, they got his calculated right, Charlie, because it looks like he has more than the 247.
His hand's right in the way, so I can't see.
Yeah, he had a couple hundred there in greens plus those 2 stacks of red there, so I think it's not counting for his $500 add-on there quite yet. But
Okay.
yeah, it should catch up here in a minute. As we move on to hand number 16. Leonard on the YouTube says, why does everybody have hats? Well, not everybody.
Because Leonard, when you're bald and beautiful like us, we have to give everyone else a break and wear a hat every once in a while.
Drakestein, welcome to the stream. This is KoJack's Poker Club in Midland, Texas, every Thursday night, a 7 to 10 different game each week. Now, we ran this one back to back, so we had such a great time with the last one.
They were begging for it.
Decided to run it back. They like this deep stack to blind poker.
So I can really answer that question for Leonard. It's because it's oil filled out here. Everybody works all day. They don't have time to fix their hair, so they toss a hat on and go.
True. There you go. 5 ways to a flop. 1, 2, 18, or 1, 2, 20, as usual.
Queen 5 deuce. That's a top for Mr. Chris.
Yeah, not much for anyone else here. Let's see how.
And that's not for everybody
Yeah,
else.
let's see if he can extract any kind of value here. He does check it, being the first act. See if anybody else is sniffing around this flop. Roger says, I'll be your Huckleberry with a big bet of 55.
Was
Half-size pot bet. Quick call there by Chris. I don't know if you want to act that fast if you're going to play coy.
a lot of times you see action that fast when you try to slow it down on the turn.
Yeah. You may Well, we see that he's going to definitely slow Roger down, but ace on the turn here could be disastrous for Roger. And it's a 7.
7's not great for him because he does still have 2 outs, but it's just not great.
Yeah, he did hit a 7. Chris here is going to announce himself. Looks like he bet at least 80 there, 75. And Roger picking up a pair. He's come along.
Call.
That's going to make his 7 look even better, Charlie.
Yes, because that's 2 of them out. He says the chances of him having it just went down by a third.
Yeah, and Chris checked it. Chris
tried to get a blast.
Chris let him off the hook. And so you're going to see Chris there pick up that $360 pot. Could have been about a $500 pot.
Yeah, Roger was on the button.
Yeah, Roger.
And so he wanted him as the aggressor to raise that up.
I think, Chris might have been a little bit could have thought it might have filled up. Maybe he did bet that flop. Ace Queen is super strong there, but.
So Chris is in the game for $200. He has right now $628
that's right.
in his stack.
He only buy him for $200.
He wanted to see if he could run 200 up to 1,000.
Well, he did it last week. He didn't buy in for much, and he had, I think he had 5, 6 X's buying there for a while.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get it taken all the way home. Ran into a few coolers late, but I believe he still cashed up. I believe
as a winner. Yep.
Yeah.
So here's the question for you: when you buy into a game, do you have an amount that you're set at, like 3x? If I 3x my money, I'm cashing out.
Yeah, it just depends on what I'm in, what I want to do. If I'm playing for the fun of it, I'm going to play until I'm bored. But if I have any sort of money in mind, 2x is usually what I like.
And it looked like we might have a pretty decent hand again. Queen 10, Ace 9 offsuit, Queen Jack, the KoJack's house hand. And then we got pocket 10s, 98 suited, and Jack 6 suited. 15 was the raise, and we got 5 callers right behind it. So 6-way to the flop, $90 makes you holler. And this is where the price of poker is about to go up. Flop comes out, 5 of spades, 4 of diamonds, King of hearts. Billy finally hits something.
Yeah, see if he's going to check it to see if anybody else is interested, and it's going to check around here.
Tanner didn't fall for the bait.
Nope. Scott makes a pair of 8s. And,
so both parts of the Armstrong household have pocket 10s and 9-8. And Billy says, hey, 40. Somebody had to catch up right there. That check on the king Tanner's relatively new to poker. He actually won the free roll the other night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, won the free roll, $1,000. And he's relatively new to poker. He's not used to the levels like Billy just did. Check my hand, and 8 of hearts comes out on the draw. Tanner's thinking, well, he doesn't have a king. He could have, a 7 or a 6 in his hand, possibly 2 hearts, something like that. And Scott, with the pair of 8s, knows he's no good at that point.
Yeah, and a lot of the time Tanner's going to be good here. Like I said, when it checks through on that flop, could have had a straight draw or a heart draw develop. Now that 6 is going to bring a lot of draws home, so
it's going to have to. Billy's probably going to check it.
Yeah, and it is going to go check there. Yeah, I don't.
He knew he was good, but he didn't want to risk anymore.
No, the problem is with Billy's hand there. You can bet whatever you want, but whatever he calls you's probably beating you because, like I said, a lot of draws did get home.
So we're going to take a quick look at the VPIP right here. VPIP is the voluntarily put in the pot, and here we go. Richard and Scott and Chris, 75% of their hands. 3 out of 4 hands, they're putting their chips in the pot voluntarily. Then right behind him, sitting in seat number 10, we are playing 10-handed. Jared's right behind. But then you've got Billy and Blasto. Billy hasn't had much to play with. He just won a couple hands, and so he's getting into the groove. You'll see his VPIP start shooting up here in a little bit. Mr. Paul Hurd, not much action, but when he plays, he wins. You saw that on that double board bomb pot. Here we are moving around to hand number 18, and that is 18, and Tanner's going to be under the gun. He's going to make the call, $2, and this is why West Texas action is so big, because we saw call for $2, and then it comes over to Blasto with ace queen. He's going to raise it up to 30, and right behind him, Zach's going to let it go, but I bet you he has 4 callers. Jack 8 in the muck. Here's Chris, dangerous Chris, suited and connected. He's going to make the call. He's going to have to put in a few more chips, I think. It looked, oh no, 30. I was thinking the bet was 40. And so Billy does let it go. Come on, Richard. We'll go ahead and give the clap right here, because I'm rooting for 5-3 in the hand. He's playing it for me. Oh, come on, baby. And 5-3 could win this hand. There's possibilities. Look at this. There's possibilities.
If he plays it like Chris did when he had it, he would win.
Blasto's going to bet, and it's going to be a small bet. 96 setting in the pot, 40 for the bet. I would love to see Richard 3x that. Bet 120, raise it to 120 right here.
Does Richard love 5-3 as much as you do, or know that you love it?
Oh,
Let's go.
Oh,
That would have been quite the move that we see would have worked.
that was money in the bank, but what I was looking for was this one right here. So we are 1 for 2 on the 5-3 realm today. If you're watching in the chat, 5-3 is the best hand in poker.
Yep, Charlie's favorite hand, and most of the people that play on the stream know that, and they'll sometimes play it a little over aggressively, just like Chris did, but it paid off for him several times last weekend. He's 1 for 1 here, and Richard just not quite having as much of it.
One of these days, instead of commentating, I need to get on the table, and I'll be begging for 5-3 just to show it. And so this is the thing that I like. I've got such a reputation of playing 5-3 that I can have aces and I can raise it. And they're like, "Oh, you got 5-3," and they'll call me if there's no 5-3 on the flop. But if there's a 5 or 3 on the flop, they folding.
Well, let's be fair here because it was against Blasto.
Yeah.
So Rich has got to let that one go.
Okay, I give him a pass on that one. What's going on, Mr. Nicholas? How are you doing out in social media, Facebook land? For everybody that's watching, we are curious how far this reach is going. Type in the chat. Let us know where you're at. Let us know where you're from. What's up, Cal Rippin? Oh, we got people that know people.
We know people that know people.
And
Third here, going to raise this one up the pocket jacks to 18. Roger feeling a little bit bored, wanting to call with the queen 6 suited.
I don't hate it. You just don't want to hit a 6.
He needs to
You don't really want to hit your queen.
make something to turn around here. Scott with a good suited gapper 9-7 there. Queen, king, deuce.
Hurd's done with his hand. Scott's done with his hand.
But I like Hurd's C-bet here, wanting to see where he stands. He can bet 35. And we've seen Roger get sticky, so I don't think he's going to fold this, Charlie.
Nope, he's got about 300 in a stack, give or take.
And we know that's going to shut Hurd down here with the 2 overs on his pocket jacks. Unfortunately, he's got to act
Will it,
first.
or will he bet again?
I don't know. Well, not.
Oh, yeah, he's 100%
now he's
betting
betting again. Spikes the 2.
But Roger's not dead, though.
Here. No,
He's got the backdoor action, too.
It was a diamond, so he's got a lot of outs here. So Roger's going to call pretty much whatever he does. He's going to bet 60. And
If Roger shoves, can Paul call?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Paul's got a big stack, 600 sitting in front of him. Roger's got just shy of 300 sitting in front of him.
And Roger's wanting to spin that stack back up. I think he's the only one that's had to rebuy here so far, and he does just make the call. That's got to be a
That's a terrible card for Paul.
Yeah.
If Paul checks and Paul does not check.
Paul does not mind.
He takes that option
Yeah.
away from Roger.
It's one of those betting 100 to keep to having to call the 200 left in Roger's stack because Roger's very capable of jamming right there.
Jose, we'll see you Monday for the free roll, baby. Did you see what's coming up at the end of August? We've got 5 beautiful free rolls, culminating in the last one, $20,000. So mark your calendar for end of August coming up.
Yeah, a $20,000 free roll.
Who does that? We do.
I guess.
Hey, let me ask you this. Is your butt puckered on that one?
I'm always the stick in the mud.
You
like,
get me in there. Let's do it. Let's do it.
20. Okay, guys. No, it's going to be a fantastic event. More than confident that thing's going to go definitely past that. Our normal free rolls get $5,000.
Oh, yeah.
And
So you've got
4 flights.
You've got 2 polar opposites here. You've got the bald and beautiful. One is conservative. One is not conservative. It's like, let's do it, man. We can make it happen.
No, I'm always the scaredy cat. I do admit it. But that's the way it goes. You gotta have somebody with the hands on the steering wheel when y'all are going crazy.
Yeah, I keep seeing something weird pop up on the screen. What is that?
That would be our women's championship, August 1st through 3rd. Less than 1 month away, we are doing a $5,000 guaranteed women's championship tournament. I'm excited about it. We've got people coming from all over. We've already got people committed from Abilene, San Angelo, Lubbock, people coming in from El Paso. I say people, but it is women coming in from these cities to play in a women's only championship tournament. August 1st through 3rd, only $140 buy-in. We've got some fantastic sponsors on the event. We're going to have some goodie bags. It's going to be an amazing event. It's been a while since we've had a women's championship here. And like I said, I'm looking 100% forward to seeing how big that prize pool gets. It's only a 5K guarantee, but it's going to get way past that. As I'm reading that there, we've got a 3-bet pre-flop here. ZD there doing it again. We saw it earlier. The King Queen suited 3-bet into 55 after Hurd raised it up with a King Jack. Roger's going to go set behind him with the pocket fives, calling 55. Hurd was the one that started it up, but he's going to get out of the way after a 3-bet and a call. That's a tough one to do there with the King Jack. You're dominated a lot of the time, just like we saw that he is. Coin flip situation. Ace, Queen, Trey. ZD spiking his Queen to take over the pocket fives. But Roger here, we'll see how he wants to play it. If he calls anything, yeah, he's going to let it go. Yep,
he says I can't.
And ZD there.
I like that respect. I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Yeah. Well, Roger here, he's got about 125, looks like, in his stacks.
He's a little frustrated.
He's just looking for a spot to get it all in, and that's not going to be one of them. Joseph giving us a shout-out from Duck Commander Gang.
What's up, baby? Welcome in to the KoJack's live stream here in Midland, Texas, home of one of the craziest poker houses in the world.
It could be the Duck Commander Beards guys.
Yep.
What was that? Unfortunately, I believe the father just passed away.
I saw that.
Yeah, that guy was a legend. I don't know if I saw something or read something on that guy, but he was a very high-level football player, very well educated. I believe he was a pastor of some sort. You want to talk about a guy whose accomplishments and intelligences didn't match the persona. So definitely can't judge a book by the cover with that man. Hand number 21 here. Roger's going to raise it up to 17 with a King 9 offsuit. Chris wanting to play the 8-6. Jared suited Ace 8 of spades. And here you go, Charlie. Is Blasto going to call a raise with the 5-3 suited?
I don't think that man's ever played something so small.
He did. He did, and I guarantee it's because of you. He played that. There's no world where Blasto ever plays 5-3 if it wasn't for you.
Oh.
6 ways to a $17 each raised pot. 7-4-3. That's a 5-3 flop.
He's in the lead. Look at this. He's 46% to win this hand.
Absolutely crushed this flop. See if he can find it down in him to call some of these C-bets we know are coming out probably. Hurd checks his 8-9, needing a little bit of help there.
$143 in the pot, and Blasto says, my reputation is going to win this hand for me. I'm betting it.
Absolutely. And Rogers.
2 overs.
Yeah, coming along.
That's all I can see right there. 2 overs.
Float a little bit here. Chris there, who's got some gut shots happening.
We don't need Blasto to hit 2 pair. We need a deuce on the turn, a red deuce.
Jared's going to call a 40 with the float of a couple of cards and backdoor spades. So Blasto here with the 5-3, playing it just right for Charlie, but he's got to dodge a lot of.
Look how serious he is. Look at him. No, you can't tell anything. Stone cold.
4 on the turn. That definitely
went from 40% to 60%.
He's going to keep it up here. Green chips, Charlie.
Oh, hey, we're just going to go ahead and I'm giving him a standing ovation right now.
He's playing it just right, whether he ends up with the win or not. But
Chris is coming along again. Look at this.
I don't know. Chris is just feeling a little bit gambly here. But Blasto doing everything he can to win it with the Charlie special.
Not looking to make 2 pair. He is not looking to make 2 pair.
Yep. And King of the River. Oh, and was Chris reaching for chips? He's going to make it tough. Yep. Blasto checked it, and Chris is going to.
Oh, can Blasto find a call?
Hey,
that's a hard call when somebody goes call.
Oh, he's going to bet looks like he's going to bet a full 100 here, Charlie. Nope. He by 75. Blasto did not auto-muck, Charlie. Can he reach down deep and find the call for your 5-3? We'll see that it's the right call.
Look at him. He's playing the whole hand back.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out what kind of story.
I wonder if he can put him on a flush draw. I wonder if he can put him on a busted flush.
Flush draw, straight draw. There's a lot of things that missed on this here. Oh, Charlie, just for your sake, if he finds the call here, it's absolutely incredible. We're going to have to go out and give him a point. He's reaching for some
uh,
chips.
uh,
Come on, Blasto.
come on, baby.
As much as I love this play by Chris, it's a fantastic play by Chris.
Come
don't
on,
get me wrong.
baby. Come on. He's got it.
In his hand, just flick it out there.
Ah.
And he
What a
does.
call! What a call!
That's
Ladies and gentlemen.
Look at that fist bump by Blasto. Oh my goodness gracious! What a call!
Oh my goodness.
That is, and shout out to Chris. What a play, Charlie.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
He
we're-
did everything he could
No.
to take that hand. Look at him. Look at him
Yeah,
looking up
yeah,
at it.
yeah.
Look at that.
You're gonna have to go give Rick.
I'll be right back.
Absolutely. 5-3 here at KoJack's. Gets that kind of reaction out of the players and Charlie for his sake. Fantastic call by Blasto. There was just so much that that missed on that that hand that it was kind of hard to sniff out exactly what Chris was representing there, but he did a good job. Like I said, I don't hate the play. I thought it was fantastically played, and a lot of people are going to be able to lay that down.
I'd have laid it down.
Yeah, but no, you never would have 5-3. Don't even give me that. But what a call, and definitely have to see Blasto when he plays this one back. Let him know that great sniff out there.
You live by 5-3, you die by 5-3. That's Chris's motto right now. That's what he just said. I want to flip over to the chat real quick because Basil just said something that sparked up several memories. He said, I remember Miss Nancy winning the ladies tournament once here at KoJack's. Beautiful lady, may she rest in peace. She was one of the nicest, and she's probably up there playing with Doyle Brunson. And Basil hit the nail on the head. Miss Nancy, when you look up the true definition of a lady, I think I put this in our post when we announced that she had passed away. She was one of the, if you look up lady in the dictionary, and it wouldn't even give a definition. It would just fully show a picture of Miss Nancy. She was a pleasure to have in the club. And Basil, thank you for bringing up those memories. But yes, she did win the last ladies tournament that she had here. And if you come into KoJack's, you'll see her picture on the wall. She's wearing one of those Kentucky Derby style hats.
Oh, yeah.
And beautiful lady all around. Definitely miss her. And that's one of the tough parts about working and being part of this poker club for so long. We've seen a lot of faces come and go, and it's definitely not something that you like to see, but it's also a privilege at the same time to be part of their lives, and for me to be part of theirs also. It's a privilege for me. That's the way I like to look at that. So Basil, thank you for that memory.
Yeah, it is fleeting, but it's always an honor to be a part of something so special and people so special as well.
Look at this. Jared said all in. Roger with a king 8. Roger's not going anywhere. He's got the club draw. He's got the pair of 8s. He's got the king over, and he says all in. No, he bet $80. And look at this. Jared puts the ultimate pressure on top with 2 overs, says, I'm all in for 159. Roger bet 80. He's got some behind. His chip stack's not. Oh, yeah, it is. There it is. 253.
Yep. Middle pair and a flush draw is a great place to be. Even against 2 pair, you're still doing really good.
Look at this. Zach is finally adding to his house around
Finally.
the cards. We've been talking, when is he going to do it? What's the method behind what he's doing? And here we go. All in, and in a shameful call, which I would have thought would have been a snap. But the way he's been running is the hard part about that. So here we go. 417 in the pot. All in card show. Don't know if they're running it multiple times. 10 on the turn. No help to Jared. He's looking for a king.
Here it comes.
Nope, a queen.
Oh, flush.
And the guy in the lead won it. So we are running it multiple times. Looking for a jack for the straight.
Oh, and another 9 gives Roger the second check mark.
And he said, hey, no, we said 3 times, buddy.
Okay. Johnny Blaze blazing out 3 turns, 3 rivers. And it looks like
Blank. It looks like a 5 and a 5 on that.
another check mark for Mr. Copeland.
Oh, it was a 5-5. That's a good eyesight right there for a blind person.
Hey, man, your glasses are working overtime right here.
Oh, I may have to go out here in a minute to the must move table.
Okay.
Because look at this. Monkey says
The waiting table is getting hot. Fire emoji. It doesn't get hotter than that. And it is super hot. We're running that table 10-handed just like we're doing the live stream table. It is excellent out there. Players are really enjoying this deep stack 1-2 game that we host Second week in a row.
Yeah, second week in a row. We would love to do it again next week, but the problem is we switch them up.
We switch them up too often. We cannot keep this one going.
Do you have any inclinations on what's going to happen next week?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to share it, are you?
I'm not going to share it right now.
Oh, so you got to look at the list. List will be up when? Friday, Saturday?
Oh, yeah. It'll be up. It'll be up tomorrow.
Okay, so
It'll be up for the 4th of July. And by the way, speaking of 4th of July, I'm not sure if anybody has told you, Charlie, but we are doing a very special giveaway for tomorrow.
what is tomorrow?
Tomorrow, the 4th of July, America's birthday.
Oh, that just happens to be the 250th birthday of the United States.
Come on now.
You thought I
Wear
didn't know.
your most ridiculous 4th of July garb. Bring out the bald eagles. Come wearing an American flag. We'll give you a free daily.
Oh, snap.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, if I wasn't smoking ribs. I'm smoking a lot of ribs.
Did not expect ribs to be the word to end that sentence.
Yeah, I'm smoking ribs tomorrow, but I have, suspenders.
Oh, yeah.
I have suspender shorts.
Oh,
that are
nice.
American flag.
Oh, man. Yeah, bring out your most festive outfit, and we'll give you a free daily. It should be a lot of fun. Yeah, for the next game, I'm thinking we do deuce to 7.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
I bet we would have some players here in West Texas. Deuce to 7, single draw, triple draw, double draw. What are you looking at?
I'm thinking 4.
Oh, we can't do 4.
No, we'll put up that list tomorrow. And if you are interested, hit us up. Give us a phone call. Let us know. And put your suggestions in the chat.
Yeah, let us know what games you want to run, and we'll get it up for you.
Yeah, what do you want to run? And if we can't do it next week, we'll do it maybe another week in the near future.
So here we go. Double board, bomb pot, double trouble, deuce, queen, jack on the bottom board. That
Chris
just smacks
with the
Chris in the face.
Good. Look at that, man.
Top board 7, 10, 6. That smacks Blasto in the face with a set of 6s. So we've got set over set. I'm looking for 8, 9 in
Yeah, I don't
anybody's
see
hand.
8-9. Oh,
Oh.
Roger with the 8-9. And a jack, by the way. So
Oh, he's got it
replay.
all. Look at this. He's got king jack 9 on the bottom board. He's gutting for a 10 on the top board. He's all over it.
Yeah, he just does not want that board to pair. Either of them, if they pair, that would be pretty wild. Mark in the chat asking if this is match the stack. No, this is not match the stack. We're still doing 500 cap.
But look at Justin. Justin says, I still want my pineapple game. Well, the
Come out.
4th event of the end of summer series,
That's right.
it is a 5,000 guaranteed free roll, and it's crazy pineapple.
Hello.
Speaking of that, Justin, we're eating pineapple on our pizza right now, so we're all about the pineapple right way up.
That's right.
And Basil said Basil wants 1-2 PLO.
Basil, I don't think I've ever seen you play PLO.
Oh, he
Well,
does.
I mean, he played the tournament, but
and he just happens to always cash in it.
I mean, how do you do that? How do you do that every time? No,
Look at
I don't
this.
think I've seen him play a cat.
Trouble for Roger on the bottom board.
Yep,
he hits that
that
second
is.
jack, and Chris has it nutted. And hearts on the bottom board. Jared's got,
The
I got to
nut
root for
flush.
Jared. He's got 5-3 in his hand.
Hey!
5-3 is a winner all the time. Look at
Every
this.
time.
It's 2 for 2.
5-3,
2 for
so
3.
strong.
2 for 3 tonight.
So strong.
Oh.
And it looks like these players are really thinking about it. Tough board. That is a dangerous board. That's a minefield of a board.
And look at this. Jared doesn't realize it, but he can't win with a heart on the bottom board.
No.
But he's thinking right now, hey, I can sweep this if I get another heart on the bottom board.
That's right. Oh, Joni asking for Joni's game.
Oh.
We may have to do that.
Joni, just want to tell you this right here. Love you, lady.
Joni is amazing. She and I talk just about every day on the phone, and we have a great time laughing, carrying on, talking business, talking shop.
You know how some people they have a social anxiety where they can't tell another person they're wrong. Joni calls it how it is. Hey, quit being stupid. I love it. That's one thing I will always respect with that lady right there. She will call BS when it's BS, and
absolutely.
sometimes we need to hear it.
That's one of my favorite parts of talking to Joni. Yeah.
I don't like to be wrong. I like to be right. I like to think I'm
Of
right.
course.
I once thought I was wrong, but I was right.
I would rather know when I'm right and when I'm wrong so that I can be right next time.
Oh, look at this. Fernando. Guys, I came back home to South Texas for the 4th of July, but we'll be back in West Texas in August. You better be,
Hell yeah.
because
The villain.
I'll tell you this, Fernando, you're going to come back for the end of summer series at the end of August, and that lady right below you in the chat, Joni, she's going to beat you out of every one of those. We know you have a main event championship, but the gauntlet has been laid, and she's going to challenge you at every one of those tournaments.
Every time. I love
Oh, what is going on here? I see all in for 900, all in for 300, all in for 345. We got a $1,200 pot cooking.
Did you ask what's going on here? I'll tell you what's going on. It is West Texas poker. This is a bomb pot.
And Zach had the chip. He had the chip lead a little while ago, and look at this. He flips over his hand. Oh, he's in a lot of trouble. I didn't see the set of deuces.
No.
The sixes folded.
No.
Where did the set of sixes go?
Look at this board right here. A 9.
Queens full of jacks on the bottom board, and it's going to be nutty nut hearts for Jared on the top board, and Zach ships it all in for $954. He's going to lose $200 and something or $300 there.
Good night.
Oh my goodness!
I'm
Go
telling
go
you,
go!
A minefield of a board. And this is
When you said that, it made me think of Band of Brothers, watching how they walk in those minefields. Shout out to all the Americans that fought for us. Tomorrow is our Independence Day.
That's right.
And one thing we do love is we love vets, and we respect it. And thank you all for your service. If you're sitting in the chat or on the table, go back and watch it later. We salute you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We love our vets as much or more than we love poker.
Hey, so just out of curiosity, we're running that special tomorrow. Does that have anything to do with if they get their name on the list early
Yeah, absolutely.
and show up before 5?
Show up before 5. See what happens.
Get a ticket
You might get a ticket to a raffle. Feeling cute.
to
We
the
might
gun
do something
show.
like that.
Get a ticket not to the gun show. Nobody wants to see those, but you'll definitely get a ticket to a raffle, and they got a big win coming up. What are they
That's right.
winning?
If you're here at the time we do the drawing Sunday at 4 p.m., you get $100 in free time. If you're not here, you still win. You win $50 of free time.
Wait. Does this white part down at the bottom say 10 names?
No, it should say 10 names. Is that what it says?
Yeah.
It says 10 names.
That means 10 winners possibly?
10 winners. And you know how many
What the
tickets
hell are
have
we
in there right
thinking?
now?
What's that?
You know how many tickets we have in there right now? 12.
12. So
Your odds are good.
Oh my gosh. All right. So if you're listening and hey, United States Marine Corps vet, hell
Hey.
yeah. Hooah. And so we've got 12
too good to
names
be
in there. If you're in the chat, put your dang name on the list.
Put it
Get
on
here
there.
tomorrow before 5 p.m. and you've doubled your chances. We're drawing 10 names. We're giving 10 people $100 in free time if they're here playing Sunday. If you're not here, we're giving you $50 in time.
It's insane. We're giving away so much stuff, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Look at this. Megan in the chat saying Charlie and Chase back together. Joni with maybe my favorite suggestion. Megan and Joni in the booth next time.
Oh, hell.
Oh, my God.
Let's get it going.
Let's make that happen.
Hey, but if y'all are in the booth, y'all got to root for 5-3.
You got to root for 5-3. We'll get them in the booth and me and you in the box.
Oh no, on the table playing.
I like your idea better.
We would
Yeah, let's do that.
we would be chopping hands with 5-3 all day.
I would hilariously love to do that. That would be crazy. I have been trying so hard to play a pot against Charlie my entire life, and
I won't let you.
it hasn't happened yet.
Look at this. We're gonna have some fireworks in this hand. We've got 6 players, and there's already $102 in the pot, raised to $60 by the King 10 offsuit. Blasto won't be going anywhere. Chris has already called. I could actually see Richard floating this.
I heard Paul has a flush draw here.
Ah. Oh, I wish I knew where that was.
There you go.
And Richard does float it. He calls the 50. And welcome to West Texas Poker.
All right, Blasto ahead, but
5-way action, $312 in the pot. Hey, did I mention
a
this is
1-2 game.
a 1-2
This is a
no limit hold'em table? Hey, shout out to Joni right there. Her father was a Marine, 21 years in the Marines. Much love to her
and to him.
And to him.
Unbelievable.
3 hearts on the board. Nothing but just a set of 8s for for Blasto, but he's got to hate this flop because anybody with a heart is going to continuously float. And look at this. Richard with 2 pair. He is going to get snapped off by the 8s maybe.
Wow. No, this is going to be a tough call to make. On a monotone board like that, a set is pretty good because you have the boat draw.
But we're possibly 5 to the flush right here. Chat, if you're in the chat, does Paul call 1? Does Paul fold 2? Let us know what happens here. Richard took control in the pilot seat. A massive $539 bet into a $300 pot, just shy of it.
Yep. Blasto really thinking about it, taking his time. He does have the best hand right now, as we can see.
1 for call or 2 for fold. If you're in the chat, what does he do right here? I'm thinking he has to fold this. Richard's been, look at this.
Yep.
Oh, you didn't even get a chance to type it. Now, if you type it, holy cow, that was an insane fold. I don't hate it. Blasto flops a set of 8s. Richard flops 2 pairs, shoves all in. What a massive, and he's still playing his odds right here in his head. He almost has to fold that. Richard's VPIP is sitting right at, where's he at? I don't see what his VPIP is, but he doesn't make that move naked.
No.
In this case, he is.
Not naked. No, and Richard's probably thinking he's got a boat draw as well. Any 3 or any 2.
That's got to feel good right there.
Right.
And Paul's telling him right now, I had to say, wow,
and he shoves it. Oh, man. Great move by Richard.
And look at that. Robert doesn't even get mad. He smiles and says, nice move.
Look at the chat lighten up. Megan saying fold. Mark saying call. Megan says he's got to fold it like it was the towel.
So here's the question. Does he fold it like the husband does towels, or does he fold it like the wife does towels?
Yeah.
Because the husband just shoves them all together, puts them in the pantry. The wife actually makes them look nice. That way, when you have company staying over, they're pretty.
Freudian slip. Do you keep your towels in the pantry? Is that what you said?
Well, I call that the bathroom pantry.
Okay.
I call that the bathroom pantry.
That makes more sense. The linen closet.
Yeah, that's the correct word that I could not find.
Pantry. Keep it by the soups and by the pasta.
Yeah, I put it right between Del Monte, who just filed for bankruptcy. Did y'all see that?
I did not.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Del Monte filed for bankruptcy. They got approved for like $290 million while they're selling their company.
Okay, well, no more canned tomatoes.
They said nobody likes preservatives. They're moving towards healthier lifestyles.
You think?
Yeah, and it only took you 72 years to realize this was going to happen.
We're getting closer to the pulse. We're not quite there yet.
Oh, here we go. Hand numero 25.
Joni in the chat saying we'll hear about that next week. Richard is not going to stop talking about that.
Oh, no, we're going to.
He popped in the window just now.
Yeah, he comes and pops in the window, flexes. And we were looking for Richard's VPIP. He is setting at a 66% VPIP, but this other number, the aggression frequency.
That's the one, 23.
Yeah, he's 23. He doesn't make the moves too often.
He calls a lot.
Yes.
And so to see him raise, especially a shove, is setting off alarm bells for sure. Now, this is going to be a dangerous hand, too.
Does Scott look bored?
Scott always looks bored.
If he's not on a golf course, he is bored.
He's having a great time. You just can't tell by looking at him.
Here we go. Jack 5-4, 2 diamonds, no dime. Oh, just kidding. Roger's got all of them.
Are you kidding me?
He's got top pair. He's got all the diamonds. And the problem is we've got Chris. He likes to float a lot of flops. He's got a gut shot 6 to the 8 high straight.
And he's out of there.
Holy cow.
He does not like that. What a read by Chris, who usually, you're right, loves to float. Just did not feel like it this time. ZD going to come along. He's out of there too. Roger, just too much of that flop.
He took a big hit. About 3 hands ago, he was sitting close to $1,000. And after that last bomb pot right there, he is down to, I think it said $550, close to that in his hand.
Yeah.
He paid for that loss with his house that he was building around his cards.
Yeah, he's catching closer to even, down about $550. But yeah, that $100 profit in that last pot certainly helping out there. And he will be the small blind on this one. $1 more going back in the middle.
So speaking of tomorrow, all I got to do is just wear an American flag shirt.
Yeah, you know what? I have a bathing suit, and it is American flag shorts. I may actually wear those.
Oh, you know what I have? I have a American flag thong.
Okay. Okay. Thongs you can't do that. Charlie is not allowed to wear thongs.
That was shut down so fast. So if you're in the chat, you want me to wear an American flag thong, make sure you type no. Oh, you can't put us 2 on the mic.
Yeah.
we got to make sure and give Reese a big high five because the comedy crew is here in the house.
All right. We're going to need proof of this supposed thong that you wear. We're going to need blackmail material.
I'll be posting it on the KoJack's Facebook page later. And oh yeah, my access just got shut off.
That's right. I deleted it. Oh man. And here we go. ZD with the ace Quisha and Chris with the king 10.
Oh, you know one thing Reese can't say? Reese cannot say ace Quisha. He just cannot call it that. He did last week. I begged him to.
I could see it.
And he did. You know how sometimes when he does something he really doesn't want to, like that $20,000 free roll.
Oh yeah.
He squinces when he does it. He's like ace Quisha.
It hurts.
Look at this. 8-7-8. Nobody with nothing.
Not really.
6-4, looking for a 5 for the straight. Scott, look at this. Scott's getting bored with 32.
He's going to try out the dirt.
And look at this. What is he betting? $57.
$57.
That pot was already pretty big. It was $90. And look at this. Dishman calls with Ace Quisha.
Yeah, he's got 2 overs. He's got, he's got a pair draw.
That's got to scare the crap out of Scott. This is what getting bored. You saw him leaning back, hands on his head.
Oh, yeah.
He does have 3 outs, though.
He's got enough outs.
But
He's
the
got
problem
enough
is,
outs.
if he hits one of them, can he still continue?
That is going to be the danger right here. Let's see. Oh, it's an ace giving Zach top pair here.
And Zach is going to be last act, and he doesn't quit.
No, this is not
Oh,
a
no.
great bet. Scott sees the overcard, wants to represent the ace. Unfortunately, Dishman just has.
He says, Scott said, did you raise? You realize I've been representing an 8 this whole time. Did you just raise me?
I should have seen that coming. And it looks like, the cards go into the middle.
Yeah.
quite
He
quick.
said, I'll fold my 8 on this hand. I'll let you have this win. Little did you
shows
know my
that-
cards don't even add up to 6.
His cards add up to half a 5-3.
So that's one of the crazy things about poker right there. Zach thinks that he made an insane move.
Just so you'll know, I just warned the table there that I walked up and gave him a table warning that the game was being influenced by Charlie and to cut this 5-3 crap.
Cut the 5-3 crap out, he said.
Oh no! If you, we've seen Robert this game win with 5-3 with an insane, crazy once in a lifetime type call. Not once in a lifetime, but once in a day call.
Sure.
We've seen Chris win with 5-3, and we've also seen Richard fold 5-3. He could have won that hand, but Richard also made a move with 3 deuce, which was even crazier. I mean, who in their right mind would play 3 deuce?
Why would you ever in your life do it? But it worked out for him.
As says the guy that plays 5-3 every
That's
time
right.
it comes in his hand. I pray for 5-3 more than I pray for aces.
Yeah, well, that's an unusual affliction that you've got there.
So here we go. Moving on around hand number 27 at KoJack's Live. We have 3 cash games running. We have a normal 1-2. Our normal 1-2 game is buy-in for $60 to $200.
200.
We have done something special for the live stream over the course of the last 2 weeks. We've made it 100 to 500. Players absolutely love it.
Having
So
a
much
great
so that we have a feeder table that's completely full. And if there was ever to be a seat, it's a must move.
Yeah. And there is not a seat.
No, and this tells you how much these guys love the live stream is because they don't give up their seat.
Nobody wants to. It's a fantastic game. We got a great lineup. These guys love playing against each other, and it's a lot of fun for us to watch.
Oh, Billy has won enough chips where he no longer has the 2 little twin towers in his stack. He has graduated to the stack of white chips on his card reader and the wall behind it.
Billy has some of the most impressive designs. He should have been an architect, but why do that when you can just architect your chips?
Yeah, he is type of an architect. He builds chip stacks, and takes
castles.
them home with him.
And airplanes,
Yes.
and cars.
Jack on the turn gives Zach Dishman
Ooh,
2 pair. And I'll keep a stomping in my Air Force Ones.
And top pair of 8s gets out of there. Hurd out of there with the pair of 4s.
But look at
No
this.
set,
Thompson's
no
got
draw.
the nutty nut flush draw. He's got 5 of 8 possible outs.
And he's going to think about it.
Setting less than 20%, 1 out of 5 times. Less than 1 out of 5 times. He's going to hit a club on the river right here. That is tough math.
That is very tough.
What number do you need to call right there? 20%, 50%, 30%? I know we want 50, but
Well, yeah, if you
what's
look
your
at
minimum?
if you look at the pot, $221 in there. Zach all in for 700 more.
And he just counted it out. He's got a little over 400 in his stack, counting the 50 that's in there.
That is a tough.
Oh,
and he does it.
Ladies and gentlemen. He says, how many times you want to do it?
Let's do it 2 times. I see the fingers. I see the 2s. I see the peace signs. This is American Sign Language right here.
Yep. And he whiffs on the top one,
That's okay.
and he
A
whiffs
king.
on the bottom one. Unfortunate. Whiffs on the bottom one.
All spades.
Yes, all spades. And
how
just
is-
like that, Dishman wins.
How is she going to do that? Mackenzie putting out 3 black cards on the river, but they're all the wrong black cards.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That
Dang.
is completely correct.
Joni saying in the chat they need a visit from Lucy.
Oh,
I
Lucy,
would agree.
that you're right. You're right, Mayor. It's absolutely dirty. 32, the dirty diaper. When I glanced at that, I thought that said SHITY diaper, and I already know that 32 is the dirty diaper, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe he just did that." He
one
said
way
it
to
how
call it.
I would say it.
That is one way to call it for sure.
Mark, how is it going out in YouTube? Thanks for joining in today. And Joni, you dang Skippy. It looks like we have our first open
What
seat.
is happening? This world is coming crashing down on us.
But maybe not, Chris. Maybe heading to get a reload. He ran hot last week.
Yes, indeed.
Pulled it in big and letting it go tonight.
And it looks like somebody's coming back. Somebody with some boots on. Somebody with some cash in hand.
Look at this. He found a couple of those big-faced Benjamins. That's going to equal 2 4-stacks of green chips, $200.
Come on now. All right, Chris going to spin it up on this one. Chris, one of the pioneers of this game here. And while we're talking about it, look at this.
Oh, we got a lady in the box, and we are getting ready for the women's championship at KoJack's and Celebrity Card Club. We're teaming up.
I haven't been more excited about a team in a long time. We're going to do Flight A at Celebrity Card Club. We're going to do Flight B at KoJack's Poker Club, August 1st and 2nd, with day 2 on August 3rd. So don't miss that. You have to be a lady to play in this thing.
Dude, look like a lady. Yeah, yeah. So our last ladies championship, I think Kelly's won and Nancy has won.
Okay.
We've had 2 ladies championships, and now that Celebrity's part of it, the guarantee $5,000. We're gonna blow that out of the park.
I am absolutely sure about that. I'm absolutely excited about that. This is going to be a great game. It's going to be a great way to get some new players into the world of poker as well. You don't think about it too often, but, poker is kind of gate kept by the male portion of the crowd.
Look at this. Call $2 with King Jack. Call $2 with King 9 suited. Raise with 10 deuce to 7. 3-bet with pocket 9s. Call with Jack 10. Call with Queen 10 suited. It is a round.
All right. Joni asking if she can't play. Yeah, you can play. Of course. All right, we got 2 clubs on the flop. We got a pair of 9s out front. Roger with the pocket pair. And Mr. Scott here with the backdoor flush draw. And Richard with the backdoor flush draw as well. We'll have to look and see how this develops here. Richard thinking about making a call. He does like to get sticky sometimes, but this does not appear to be one of those times. Billy out of there as well. Roger's $60 bet. Looks like it might be good enough. Dishman. Just one overcard here to the board. 5-3 has hit the board. So Charlie, happy that everybody is sharing in that 5-3 goodness. Yeah, Joni, I said ladies only. Yeah, I think you qualify. Unless I'm missing something. And here we go. We are on to hand number 28. And that is going to be pretty great. Joni says she has to be nice. That is true. That is one of the hallmarks. I think you can muster it up for a tournament and a day 2. And we've got Mr. Hurd here with the King 10, ZD with the Queen 10. And I think ZD going to raise it up here with the Queen 10. Billy with the 9-6, the old 6-9, he's out of there. Repping some River League merch on Mr. Billy. King Jack 4, all hearts once again. And ZD with the second nut flush draw. Jared with the third nut flush draw. This could get a little ugly. If we see that ace of hearts come out here on the turn, both players going to be right near the top. Going to think their flush draw actually pretty good. We'll see what happens. Next card's an 8. Mr. Hurd top pair. 10 kicker. Same story for Jared, though he does have the flush draw working for him. ZD now facing a $50 bet from Mr. Hurd. He's thinking about it. Taking some time here. Pulling out some chips from the basement and from the front lawn. Gonna call the 50. And a 9 comes out on the river. ZD with the straight. A well-disguised straight, too. Dominated pre-flop. Now, with the nuts. Well, second nuts. The nut straight for this board. Now he's got a figure $65 bet. Is that a value bet with a flush? Yeah, it looks like ZD gonna make a raise here. That might scare Jared off. 265 is the full raise here. Hurd thinking about it. Pair of kings. Pretty good. Also a pretty scary board. That 9 does bring home a lot of straights. Beat a pair of kings. Of course, that monotone board there. All right, flush heavy. Now, if you're holding a flush, you're in position, you're calling all the way down to the river. May try to stick a couple more chips in there. ZD telling a very believable story here. The question is, does Paul believe it? That pair of kings, that top pair, now reduced to a bluff catcher here. As we see ZD only semi-bluffing, not holding the nuts, not holding a flush. Does have a flush, a pretty relevant flush blocker here, the Queen of Hearts. But he does fold, making the correct fold, and Hurd escaping danger. And ZD showing off the Queen of Hearts. ZD stacking some chips now. Getting into the game. Let's take a look at our VPIP here. Always a fun stat to view at these 1-2 games in West Texas. Megan said earlier in the chat, West Texas poker is best Texas poker, and I happen to agree. These numbers speaking pretty well for themselves. Chris with 75% VPIP, playing a full 3/4 of his hands. ZD at 68%, Roger 66%, Richard and Scott tied at 65%, even Billy at 31%. Still decently high VPIP here by most poker standards. Scott with the 4-3, upgrading from the 2-3 to the 4-3. I don't know what you call that. Maybe the adult diaper. Roger, 10-9 suited. Chris with the pocket 5s. And Jared with the ace-10. Going to make the call. Richard is out of there. Billy is out of there. Tanner is out of there. Scott is in there. If 2-3 is the dirty diaper, Scott in there with the 4-3. Ace Jack 10 on the flop. 2 pair for Jared, pair of 10s for Roger. 3 to a straight for Roger. A rainbow board here. Roger eyeing up his possibilities. Decides to check it. Chris going to check it. And Jared going to throw out a little value bet here. Maybe trying to disguise that as a position bet. $60. Roger going to think about it. Does he want to float with his bottom pair? And the answer appears to be yes. Chris out of there with his pocket 5s. No set, no draw. 7 comes off. Roger now with the gutter ball. Jared still with 2 pair. Going to bet 100 bones. Remember, the bones are the dollars. Roger thinking about it. 4 outs. We can see one of them has been folded. Roger doing some pretty good chip tricks there. I like the flip of the bottom chip on the stack. Switching it up, not shuffling it, and folding the hand. Pairing a gutter ball, not good enough. And Jared's going to chip back up $363 in that pot. This is a very, very deep stacked 1-2 game. Almost playing like a 1-3. And it looks like we got dealer change. Another lady coming into the box. Don't forget about that women's championship. If you are a lady in West Texas, we hope to see you August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We'll be live streaming the final table at day 2 on August 3rd at 1 p.m. Get off to an early start. Be a nice way to spend your Sunday. And we'll be kicking things off at 6 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. We're going to be taking 15% into day 2. And it will be a very good tournament. $140 to enter. That's it. $10 instant add-on. Dealer appreciation for another $5K in chips. Got 20-minute levels on that for day 1, flights A and B. And we've got 20-minute levels for day 1 and 30-minute levels for day 2. So if you make it into day 2, you get a little extra play there. And we are dealing a bomb pot here. Mackenzie, a right-handed dealer. And Miss Monica in here, one of my favorite dealers. A wrong-handed dealer. But she is pitching with absolutely immaculate accuracy. And here we go. 2 flops. Flop number 1. And flop number 2. Oh, what is... You've heard of monotone flops. What about mono value flops? 555. Call this number to stay alive. Ace 4-8 on the bottom. 2 diamonds. Richard with the nut flush draw on the bottom board. See if anybody's holding a 5. Anybody flop quads? Look at this. ZD with the... with the 5 in his hand. And a queen 10-7 to go along with it. Jack comes out on the top board, all 5s, and a deuce of clubs on the bottom board. Doesn't appear to be anybody holding 2 clubs. And Zach making a face. That is the think about how much value. Look, he's cracking up. That's not what we call a poker face. Oh, man. And a little danger here for Tanner. 4, 6, 7. He does have 2 clubs in his hand. Working on 2 flushes. But he is going to make the correct fold. Getting out of there. ZD, $25. Doesn't get a lot of callers. And here we go off to the river. Jack, everybody with a full house. Actually, nobody with a full house. You must use 2 cards in your hand on PLO, including bomb pots. And that 6 on the river gives ZD a straight on the top board, too. Unbelievable. This looks like a scooper. $75, trying to take anybody he can to Value Town. Tickets only $75. And Jared is holding a jack. That's not jacks full. That would be 5s full of 8s. But Jared does make the call. And ZD shows him the bad news. Look at him shaking his head. Zach even looking like he feels a little guilty. Flopping quads in a double board PLO bomb pot. That guilt didn't last too long. You see that grin on ZD's face while he stacks those chips up. Tossing the dealer a 5-ball. And we're going back to Hold'em, everybody. 2 cards, 2 cards. Now, if you do like PLO, we've got a PLO tournament every Wednesday. Fantastic way to get in there. Cut your teeth on some PLO. Buy in not very high, $65 will get you an entry. And there is, of course, a $10 optional dealer appreciation. Get some bonus chips for your money and time. It's been a pretty good turnout. We had 3 tables the last 3 weeks. It's been going very good. Again, if you like that PLO, come out on Wednesday. And don't forget about that women's tournament as well. CCC running a ladies tournament every Sunday. Herd with the 6-5, Blasto with the Jack-7. Herd's going to raise her up, $11. Yo. ZD with the Queen Deuce, Roger pocket 9s. ZD going for 2, or is it 3 in a row? If you count both boards separately. Jared with the big slick here. Just going to raise it up to 60. I think that is a mistake. You got the ace of spades in your hand. You go all in. That's what that's all about. Pocket 9s versus the ace king. Pot is 145 bones. Remember, the bones are the dollars. Monica putting out the flop. Here it comes. Wait for it. I got to make some change first. And there it is. King 7-4. 2 spades. Jared should go all in with the ace of spades. Come on, my man. And he's going to bet out a hundo. Let's see if Roger can fall for the trap or if he finds the correct fold button. Pair of 9s. Actually pretty decent on this board. You got to put your opponent on a king. If he's 3-betting before the flop, he's either got a bigger pocket pair than you or he's holding a king. Roger says, nah, I think ace queen more likely. Maybe a flush draw with that texture of the board. Another spade comes off. Both players holding spades in their hands. Roger, of course, drawn to the 9-high flush. Maybe thinking of that as a backup plan. Roger's going to check it over. Jared's going to bet 150, 175. And here he goes, counting out some calling chips. That 10 not scaring him too much. And It looks like a call here. A 4 comes out, pairing the board on the river. Black 4, this one is clubs. $700 almost in the pot. Roger going to check it over, making eye contact as he does so. Jared just going to check as well. Afraid of the 4. And Roger mucks face up with the pocket 9s. Top pair, top kicker going to be good for Jared. Scary board, though. 3 spades, 2 4s, and a king. Jared chipping up. Another 7 hundo headed his way. Jared doing very well for himself. Down 247, but that pot is going to help get him closer to average. ZD, the big winner so far, up $1,182 in a 1-2 game. That's KoJack's for you. Blasto up almost 300. Scott up 172. Roger throwing the party right now. Down 877, but we've got another hour left on this live stream. And, of course, this game is going to keep on rolling even after the live stream cuts out. ZD with the king-queen suited here. Now it's Roger's turn for Big Slick. Let's see how much he wants to raise. ZD up to 25 bones. Roger making it 75 bones. And Chris holding 7-5 in his hand. Doesn't want to make the call. And ZD, if he does decide to make this call, will be dominated here. Outkicked. But he does. He's coming along. Wants to see a flop. ZD's VPIP right at 65%. 7 Jack Jack. 7-5 would have been a better hand than anything either of these two players are holding. Deuce comes out. Deuce of hearts, bringing in the flush draw. Another paired board. Another flush draw. ZD looking for a queen and a queen only to win this hand. Roger going to throw out a bet. ZD cracking up. That's it right there. That card falls on the floor. We got a card down over here. And that'll do it. Roger chipping back up as well. $78 in profit, getting him a little bit closer to average, a little bit closer to even. Roger now down less than 800. Monica now shuffling up hand number 34. That was a good one. Let's see if this one is a spicy one. I'm feeling spicy. I can already see it. I can tell we got some spice levels approaching 1,000,000. ZD under the gun. Cutting out some chips, making a call. Jack 7. Not a book-approved play, but that is the play he's going to go with here. Jared with the queen 8. Just one higher for both cards. And Billy going to raise her up with the suited ace here. He is in the hijack, the ace 7. Maybe my third least favorite ace, but it is suited. And Jared with the queen 8 now with a decision here. Facing a re-raise, going to play out of position for $23 more. Richard gets out of there. We are now heads up here for the first time in what feels like forever. 57 in the middle. Ace, king, king. A 10. Jared looking for a jack to make Broadway. Billy with 2 pair. Aces and kings. Jared, is he going to chase her down? That's the question. And he does not. He makes the fold. And now ZD in the big blind. Doing a little bit of a heater lately. KoJack's live, rocking the deep 1-2 tonight. You already know. Chris with the 10-4 here. Jared with the ace tray. 6s for Richard. And the queen jack for Billy. This is going to be an interesting hand. Billy just making the smooth call here. Scott with the dirty diaper wants to come along. Sticks in 2 chips. What is this? 7 ways to the flop here. 15 in the middle. King, Jack, 6, a set for Richard. Billy with the flush draw. And the pair of jacks to go along with it. Going to bet out 12 data. Getting a lot of folds. Jared with the ace of hearts, though, wants to peel another card. Richard asking himself, do I raise now or do I just call? Looks like a raise is in order. He does make it 40 to go. Billy now thinking about his options. Pair and a flush draw, usually pretty good, again, even against top pair, but he is up much stronger than top pair. And a bigger raise to 150. Richard with the all-in for 700. Billy making the snap call. Richard feeling like he got him just where he wants him. Billy drawn to 1 of 3 remaining hearts in the deck. Another king. Billy looking for a king or a jack. It's an ace instead on the top board. A queen comes out. Billy now improving his outs, but that is it. Blankety blank on the river. Billy drawn live for 4 of the 5 cards, but closing the casket once that river comes out. And Richard now with a set of 6s. Getting almost a full double up here, up to 1,300 in his stack. Richard now in the black, up $490. What did I tell you? I thought that was going to be a spicy hand. The spice is just right. Charlie and Reese are gone right now. Let me know what you think about next week's live stream game. Let's talk while they're away. Thinking about doing maybe a little PLO. It seems like PLO has been a while since we played that. Been a while since we've commentated that. Been a while since we dealt that on the live stream. We may have to make that happen. What do you think? 1's in the chat if you want to see PLO next week. 2's in the chat if you want to see deuce to 7. And here we go. We're off to hand number 36. Monica pitching them out. Once again with the wrong hand. And we got a little bit of a hold up here. The train has stopped at the station. Looks like Armstrong on Armstrong violence here. Maybe not. And the pitch resumes. The hand starts up again. The train is leaving the station. And it looks like it's taking Richard along with it. Queen 10 offsuit. Richard with the King 9 offsuit. The bow wow. King 9 goes into the muck. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would like the Queen 10 more than the King 9. That's tough. That's tough. Which one do you like? Let me know. Queen 10 or King 9? I think I can maybe King 9. Technically, King 9, of course, a better hand, but which one plays better post-flop? That is the question. Roger, though, with the ace queen, putting that one to bed. Dominating Jared. Jared dominating Billy. Flop comes out 6-5 deuce. Nobody with a piece of that. 2 spades out there, 1 club. Billy placing an $80 bet. Roger going to keep up the aggression here by calling. And here we go off to the turn. It's an 8. Billy with a gutter ball now. Roger with 2 overs. The overs are good right now. Billy betting $75, basically in the dark, it looks like. Roger keeping up the aggression with a call. And a 9 comes out. Billy with a pair of 9s. Going to get the check mark. Roger checking it over to him, giving Billy the option. Billy with just enough showdown value does not want to bet it and get re-raised. Yeah, you can see that look on his face, maybe feeling like he missed out on a little bit of value. Yeah, it's going to be tough, though. You don't want to get in a situation where you are check raised on the river, especially a dangerous player like Mr. Copeland. And hand number 37 coming back out and coming back in, Mr. Charlie.
What's that? You remember those Budweiser commercials?
How can
What's that?
My favorite was the Scary Movie parody.
Like
the mask.
when they were smoking and the happy faces just kept getting happier.
With the tongue, yeah. Man, that was funny. Good times to be alive.
What's going on, chat? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 1-2 Live Style. Welcome to 1-2 Lifestyle. It is getting juicy. There is less than an hour left in this live stream, and this is where you start to see the action go crazy.
This is it. This is the turning point right here.
We've got this table right here, 100 to 500, something crazy like that, 1-2. We've got a feeder table that we just had to use. I'm not telling the future, but we just had to bring a player from the must-move table over to this table. And we got 2 other tables running out there, and Richard looks like he's got a massive stack, 1,400.
Richard having a good time.
Richard is.
Richard got Billy just where he wanted him. Set of 6s versus Billy's very good flush draw with a pair.
Oh, and look at this. We've got pocket 6s. We've got wired 10s, 3-betting 30. We've got pocket jacks, 4-betting. We've got pocket kings. What the heck is going on? Pocket pair, pocket pair, pocket pair.
And Jared with the ace queen.
Yeah, I mean, Blasto's gonna have to 5-bet it. And this is quite a predicament of where he's at, because 5-betting is usually unheard of except in deeper stack poker. Usually by the 4th bet, it's an all-in. And he's still got room to raise it up to 300 right here. And that's pretty much what he's going to have to do, because what's been represented in front of him is a big hand, a bigger hand, and even a bigger hand. So he's asking himself, does somebody have aces?
Or do I want to give away that much information about my hand? If I 4-bet here, everybody puts me on aces or kings, and that's exactly what he's holding. But he's himself very predictable.
But welcome to KoJack's Poker Club, where it doesn't matter. Is he going to fold this?
Wait a second.
Holy cow! That, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the chat, you just saw pocket kings go into the muck to a bet, a 3-bet, and a 4-bet.
Rule number 1, know your audience.
Oh, my gosh. If you're in the chat and you think that was a mistake, type in, oh, no. Oh, my goodness. But he also built his house with poker winnings. He's, this is not his first rodeo. He assumes that the 3-bet or the 4-bet in front of him had to be aces, and he wasn't going to get into a spot where it was like that. And look at this. The 6s let it go. Roger says, I'm in it to gamble. I've got one of each of y'all's cards. Y'all aren't hitting quads. And he's got the feasible hand to hit a straight or a flush, too.
Just like that, we're down to 3 players in
Yeah,
the pot.
look at this. Sean saw that. Pocket kings. We're going to have to make that a clip. You need to make that a clip. Pocket kings going into the muck to a 4-bet. I mean, at what point are you good with pocket kings and a 4-bet in front of you? They can't see the cards like we can.
I will say Blasto is a much better player than I am. With that said,
I guess Carter hadn't been watching this table.
I'm getting in every single time.
I mean, Blasto just called an all in with 5-3, Carter, and it was the winning hand with a small pair of 3s.
Let's hope for an ace. Nope.
Look at this. Pocket kings would be in the lead. Blasto's going to be kicking himself when he sees this. With Copeland, with one of each of their cards, is going to ship it, his remaining $50, $60.
Now that looks like aces to me. The donk lead on the flop after calling the 4-bet.
I cannot believe that.
That sounds like aces to me.
Both players are going to call. 10s are overs, jacks are over. There's Scott's call. And now here's the other call. It's going to be almost all in. He did say it. I was going to say he kept $5 behind. I hate that when players accidentally, when they're shipping all their chips in and they leave that $5 chip. You know what my favorite move in poker is if I have more chips than them, to bet their stack minus like $5.
Mm-hmm. That is a good one.
Or to strategically bet half of what their stack is, just under it. So when they push, if anybody else is in the pot, it opens it back up.
I do like to bet exactly.
He's been playing in the mud in New Mexico. That sounds like a blast. There's been plenty of rain out in this area. So here we go. We've got pre-flop action, just absolute insane. Pocket kings going into the muck to a 4-bet of the pocket jacks. And right now that's in the lead. And then what you have left behind is Jack 10 in Roger's hand, pocket 10s in Scott's hands, and pocket jacks in Paul's hand. And what happened is Scott called the $58 all in by Roger. And now right behind him, Mr. Hurd ships it in the middle with almost $400 more. That's pretty much all of Scott's chips. And if Scott does anything, if he plays this hand back in his head, he raised the 15. So somebody raised 15. He 2-bets it. Then there was a 3-bet. Or no, he 3-bets it, and then Paul Hurd 4-bets it. Paul says, I have aces. Now, we can see that he does not have aces. Hey, Carter, 5-3 is 3 for 4 today on the felt. It is insane. It wasn't lucky. It was a good play. It was craziness. You have to go back and watch the stream.
Oh
my God. Oh, my God.
Here we go. Now, Scott calling is going to make his hand live and have to reveal it for the showdown. Well, he doesn't have to, but he may.
Because he called.
He may reveal it at the showdown. Blasto going to be kicking himself when these cards turn face up.
They're saying, how many times you want to run it?
The fact that that's a question, you can see Blasto's face.
Oh, look at him. He doesn't even know what they have. He's saying, the whole table's butt cheeks are clenched right now because he's telling them he folded kings after that call.
Mine are clenched.
And everybody's saying, how in the H do you throw kings away? That's why it's flooding everywhere. You're dang Skippy. Man, it's rained like 7 days in a row. And it's raining chips on this table right now.
I'm okay with it.
If you're sitting in the chat watching this, it is absolutely nuts. This is a $100 to $500 table. We have a feeder table running of it. And then we have other tables, 2 other tables running along the side. And we're close to opening up, believe this or not, a 5th table on this crazy Thursday afternoon.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Hey, when it rains, people come out to play. A 4,
Watch
blank.
a king come on the river.
Come on, diamond. Oh, it's a 9. 9 so fine. Hurd gonna pick up that pot. A juicy one. Look.
Oh, look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Oh. Oh, man, it's not the shots you take, it's the shots you miss that hurt the most.
He's at the Derrick Grill. He's working. Carter's working. And just like that, Paul Hurd picks up a hand. $1,268 makes you holler. Let's get those chip counts up. There we go. Hurd is now 3rd in chips. And he's down $53 after that win. Holy cow.
He's only down $53.
Look at this. ZD up $1,100. Richard up $490. Carter, hey, I got to show you this, Carter, while you're watching.
Hey, Scott's up $169.
Look what we just announced. End of summer series, 5 crazy free rolls, starting with No Limit Hold'em with bomb pots. Then Tuesday, 5,000 guaranteed bomb pot tournament. Remember, they're all free rolls. First stack is on us. Then we have PLO, 5,000 guaranteed bomb pot. Then a crazy pineapple fold after the flop, bomb pot. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's our normal main event format, but it is a $20,000 guaranteed free roll. I mean, what are we thinking? We're thinking it's going to be wet, wild, and crazy.
Masterclass in cash. Come out for that, too. Don't forget about the cash game tournament. Cash game with tournament prizes.
Yes. Stop in the club and ask us what we're talking about. It's running right alongside of those tournaments, and it's going to be 5 on the button, 10 on the button, 25 on the button cash games.
Bring your picnic tables and chairs. We're going to have a lot of seats to fill.
Oh, yes. Look at this. Paul's got the great wall of KoJack's sitting behind him.
Paul Wall, would you say?
Paul Wall. Hey, look at this. Tanner with 5-3.
Come on, Tanner.
Here you go, Carter.
Oh, he looked at the camera before he folded. Hurd going for 2 in a row with the King 10. ZD now with the pocket queens.
We couldn't do a big O free roll just simply due to the amount of tables it would take. I guess we could. You know what? We're going to look at that for the next one, Carter.
Oh, yeah.
100% correct.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm almost certain we'll make that happen. Scott with 6-9 coming along. 6-9 so fine.
Against pocket queens. Scott, it's 50 for Scott to call. He says, not today.
Nah, no thank you.
And Paul's probably going to call this. He's well over $1,400 in chips. Or $1,200 in chips.
And he's out.
Now I don't get to see if 5-3 would have won.
Not 2 in a row.
And Zach says, what the heck, man? I just raised it to 60. We just saw a $1,200 pot, $1,000 pot.
And he turns over one of the cards. ZD building a wall of his own. Look how many walls we've got here.
Oh, now we went 2 stories tall. So Richard and Paul, both 2 stories.
Blasto and ZD, also 2 stories.
Yes, look at this.
Unreal.
And that hand was a tough hand for Scott to get away from. Overpair, it was just his 10s were sitting on top of the 8s. And, I mean, there's not much he can do at that point. The only thing he could have done was go back and play the hand in his head and say, you know, my raise got re-raised. My 3-bet got 4-bet.
Yeah, that paired board makes things a little interesting. With the pre-flop action, you don't expect anybody to be holding 8s. Maybe you're up against quads, and at that point, you're just like, take my money. 8-9 is not calling there. Jack 8 certainly out as well. But, hey, I was thinking about this one earlier. What would you rather have? Queen 10 or King 9?
Queen 10.
Okay. All right, everybody unanimously.
Is everybody say that?
Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking, too.
So if you're in the chat, and I know Carter's actually got logical explanation behind this, logical reasoning.
Somewhat.
But would you rather have King 9 offsuit? Both these hands are offsuit. Would you rather have King 9 or Queen 10? Let us know in the chat where you stand. Flop comes out, Ace of Hearts, 9 of Hearts, Jack of Diamonds. And once again, Richie Rich, ladies and gentlemen, has that 5-3. It's going to be pretty much impossible for him to win this hand, but let's see if no, it goes in the mug.
See you later.
So Queen 10 or King 9. Which hand would you rather hold?
Yeah. Tough.
Carter likes the king because the king is high, right, Carter?
Yeah, that's a good one.
He likes money. He doesn't like to gamble.
King 9, technically a better hand with the higher card, but yeah, that Queen 10 connects a little bit better, I think. Maybe playing post-flop.
I think it just looks prettier. Jared with the lone heart, everyone remaining.
And Jared gonna...
Is he going to be able to get there, though?
Is he going to stick around? Is he going to call the 30? He's on the button. He's got position. He's got chips in the middle. He's staying for one more card.
6 would be terrible for Paul. Aces and 6s, and Jared sets up.
Here's another reason I like Queen 10. QT.
Oh, it's because you're a cutie.
What a QT.
Look at this. Billy with the 90 deuce 2 pair. Check mark.
Gonna play it
190 in the
cautiously.
pot. It checks around.
Yeah,
And he's right. Hands already ahead of Queen 10.
oh, yeah. It is ahead. King 9.
I wonder what the math is of that.
Well, King 9 you call a bookend. You can make a straight with those two cards. Yeah, check out the math. Charlie, the human calculator.
Shoot,
needs assistance
I
on
have
this
to
one.
have help on this one. I'm actually asking AI because that's easier than looking it up myself.
Whatever. Yeah, AI, and then you got to read the answer. You got to listen to the robot talk to you. Who knows? AI, schmai, am I right? Carter saying you fold both 90% of the time. Yeah, that's not the question.
All right. So according to the smartest thing in the world,
Smartest thing.
so they said to determine the odds of King 9 versus Queen 10 offsuit in a heads-up situation, we can analyze the equity of each hand. The ChatGPT is amazing. King 9 offsuit, the hand has a higher card, king, than the Queen 10, which gives it advantage in terms of hand strength, high card strength, sorry. Queen 10, this hand is connected and has the potential to make straights, which can be significant advantage. Pre-flop equity in a typical heads-up scenario, the approximate pre-flop equity can be calculated using poker equity calculations or simulations. Here's a rough estimate. King 9 offsuit has approximately 45% equity. Queen 10 offsuit has 55% equity.
Carter, sorry about it, buddy.
Key factors: high card strength, the king has it. Straight potential, Queen 10 has good straight possibilities and can sometimes outweigh the high card strength. Flop, turn, and river, the actual outcome can vary based on community cards, but pre-flop, Queen 10 tends to have a slight advantage, equity advantage, due to its connectivity. In a direct up match, Queen 10 has a slight advantage over that. However, blah, blah, blah. So Carter, 55-45, Queen 10, winner, chicken dinner.
There you go.
And you like money. You got to take the Queen 10 now.
I like the AI now because it told Carter he was wrong. Changing my stance on all of AI.
There's not often we get to tell Carter he but you know, Carter's math does work.
I agree. I agree.
The-
That's
the-
why it's
the
a tough.
king-
That's why it's a tough debate.
Yes.
Yeah, the King 9 technically a better hand, but the Queen 10 connects a little bit better.
But in this case, Carter did say he would take an inferior hand. 45% hand.
Ooh, Carter.
Carter likes money. He doesn't usually take the underdog. But he's going to argue that that's still not the underdog.
Not technically. And it's also interesting the kicker on the Queen 10 is higher than the kicker on the King 9.
Yeah, yeah. Joining us at the table, Mr. Jeff Morton on the wrong.
Still be ugly tomorrow, he says. Anyway.
We do have to give him applause for that.
Yeah. You know, I was watching cameras the other day, and I was watching one of the tables break, and this old gray-headed fat guy came and sat down and started talking to the dealer. I was like, who is that?
It was you.
It was me.
Oh, no. Two pair, Tanner's hand. Nice little open-ended straight draw. Backdoor spades for Billy. A little bit to work with in Richard's hand. Not too much in Jared's hand. Chris has 57 pair straight possibilities. All his straight possibilities are in Scott's hand, who's got that 87.
Scott looking for the up and down straights.
Richard's got two hearts in his hand. He's got the big hearts because Scott has 87 hearts. And already $200 in the pot. Billy leads out with 50. Scott says, not in my house. I've got the straight flush draw. I'm going to raise it up to 100.
Go on now. Richard, of course, holds
Jeff
that
calls
six.
it. What is Jeff calling with?
Whoa, there's the 6.
What is Jeff calling with?
Jeff is calling with hopes and dreams.
Well, I think he may be ahead on the what's the bottom board, but the top.
He's got the jack.
He's got King 3 on the top.
The diamond draw and the pair of jacks bricked out on the diamonds.
And it goes check, check, and it's going to be split between Scott with his hearts and Jeff with the King 3.
King 3 will take it. Go on, Jeff. What are you calling with? Just the winner.
Well, I think Jeff is a tad bit tilted because he was out on that outer table, the must move table, and the hand before we moved him, he had a full house, turned a full house, and the river gave his opponent a bigger full house.
Oh, you hate to hear about that.
So he lost about 350 in that hand out there.
I think it was the first hand of this live stream table before we went live. Flopped quads versus flopped boat.
Yeah, that set the story for Roger's night tonight.
Yeah.
Because Roger had pocket fours, Richard had pocket eights. Flop comes out 4-8-8, and the rest is history. Unfortunately for Roger, it was a rough night on the felt, but overall, he's a winning player. He'll be back, and he'll be stronger than ever on his next go.
That is a tough time. Yeah, I ran really, really poorly the other day here live. Decided, you know what, once I got home, I'm going to play online, see if I could turn my luck around. No. Ran very poorly. It's funny how it's not the session, it's the day.
It's the player.
It's the whole day. Yeah, man. You know what? Get called ugly by Carter, get called bad at poker by Charlie. I'll see myself out.
No.
I'm
Usually,
kidding.
whenever I run bad, it's all day long, and it usually goes to the way I'm playing the hands. If I'm on a down run, what I try to do is just call. I don't ever raise anymore.
I'll tell you the hands later because nobody in the thing cares. But Ace King got sucked out on twice in a row.
Here we go. The house hand KoJack versus Jackety 10 and Dishman's hand suited. And here we go. CT Chris Thompson all in pocket ladies. He's getting ready for the ladies event. Ladies sitting in his hand. And it's going to go call. So $246 in the pot, three-way action, one player all in. There will be side action.
Small pot, 246. Small pot.
Just small. Flop misses everybody. It's going to go check.
Chris with the queens. The ladies treating him right. Scott dominating ZD, but it looks like ZD wants to bet here.
And this is a tough spot because whatever he bets, the only way he can win this hand is go runner. Now he's got a 0% equity in this hand. Scott still got a king. He's got 7%, so there was only one king left in the deck.
Scott checking. ZD folding. Just folding.
He didn't even want to show his hand.
Just folding.
Most of the times when that happens, the player realizes because the other players show their hand, they realize, oh, I was ahead. And so, staying alive, and that's what CT's doing. He turned $80 into $240.
That's it. That's one way to do it right there. And he's gonna live to see another day. He's gonna play another hand. We are on hand number 42. Can you believe it? The answer to the universe.
I don't know. Did you not see that episode of Big Bang Theory?
No.
Oh.
No. Just no.
You don't like Big Bang Theory?
I had a running gag with a coworker a long time ago where I would say that that show has won so many awards, just talking about it in a positive way, but he couldn't tell if I liked it or not.
Do you like it?
That show has won so many awards. It has occupied the primetime slot for many years.
And it's still doing it.
Highly rated show.
It's still doing it.
It is.
TBS, it's still on there. Now you have that George and Mandy's, and you're about to have Bert and Kripke.
Spinoffs after spinoff.
Yeah, Bert and Kripke and somebody else are going live, I think, in a couple months.
They're making commercials with the cast.
Jim Parsons just raking it in off of Young Sheldon, the voice of Young Sheldon.
That's right.
How would you like to be an actor that only has to do his voice over the phone? He can do it over a live stream.
Yeah,
record it.
I would, or just upload it to AI.
Yeah.
Let that thing talk for you. Blasto raising it up with the big slick here. Flop is ace high. He bets before the card's coming out even.
Hey, you know what I watched for the first time ever 3 nights ago?
Purple Rain.
Oh, that's such a good movie. Better song. I watched The Terminator.
Oh,
the
for
first
the first time.
And I just started Terminator 2. I've never seen any of them.
They're excellent. Yeah, we're living in Skynet. This is Terminator 0.5 now.
I still haven't found out how Arnold Schwarzenegger becomes a good guy in the second one because he was a bad guy in the first one.
Yeah.
And so it just introduced the guy that landed in the lightning.
Yep.
Took the cop car.
Osher.
Osher.
Have you seen this boy?
Oh yeah, he just knocked on their house, and they said no. He left on the motorcycle.
Uh-huh.
He left on his bike, is what they said.
Yeah.
And John Connor just put He said, my mom taught me how to do this, and he put the ATM card and broke got $300. That's exactly where I stopped it, is when he went back to his bike and his friends gave high fives. And he said, what's this picture of? And that was the picture that burnt up in the other one.
Yep.
But it's now created again. It's crazy.
Terminator time travel rules are the best time travel
And the
rules.
kid's follower is his dad.
Wow. Mind
You know what I'm talking about?
blown.
Yeah. You know their names?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think you watch the third one. Will explain how he becomes a good guy, but he kind of gets into it in the second one.
Okay. I just don't see how they make a bad guy a good guy.
Yeah. Well.
You hear that all out there, all you bad guys? It's impossible to be good guys.
Yeah. Good life lessons here at KoJack's Poker Club.
Yeah. It's getting deep in here.
It is.
Having to roll up our pants from the floods that we've had.
Yikes. Look out. Drive carefully out there. Watch out for those flooded roads.
Billy raises it up, gets a little bored there, and this is when Billy gets dangerous.
So 3 deuce is the dirty diaper. 4 deuce is the adult diaper?
Depends.
Hey.
You see what I did there?
Hey.
I don't know. It depends.
Yeah, that's right. Tanner with the ace king.
Yeah.
Wait, wrong one.
Top one. And there we go. The hand that Carter would rather have, King 9. I wish we had a Queen 10.
I wish we had a queen 10. We could see it play out in real time.
53 to call. King 9's going in the muck. So is 96 by Richard. And Billy says, I was playing, man. Take my $17. I was playing.
Hand in the cookie jar kind of hurts sometimes.
And look at that. Tanner says, man, what the heck were you doing in there? That was my hand. Any hand that you're raking chips is a good hand.
That's right. If you get the pot, you did it right.
So we've only had one player leave the table today. We got a whole table, 9 other players sitting out in the waiting room, wanting people to bust. We don't want anybody but to bust. We just want to see 5-3 win.
We just want to see 5-3 win. We want to see a 5th table. Put your name on Poker Atlas.
What are you talking about putting your name on Poker Atlas? What does that mean? What happens?
If you put your name on Poker Atlas, we call you for a seat. If you get here before 5
That makes me
p.m.
think of Jim Carrey. Oh, not Jim Carrey. Yeah, Jim Carrey. He's doing it to what? Steve Carroll. Yes.
Yes, Steve Carell.
But what is this about winning free hours?
Yeah, just win some free hours. Come by on Sunday before 4 p.m. Get into the drawing any weekday by coming by before 5 p.m. If you're there, you win $100. If you're not there when your name is drawn, you win $50 of free time.
So we're drawing 10 names Sunday.
10 names.
If you're present, you win $100. If you're not present, you win $50 in free time.
We got 12 names in that. What is it called? That hopper. We got 10 names coming out of that hopper on Sunday. I am having a hard time. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, hey, look at this. Scott shows Robert how to play kings. He 3-bets it, and we got a lot of clubs out there, and we've got $253 in the pot, 5 of hearts, 10 of diamonds, 7 of clubs, and I'll tell you what, Jared likes that flop, so does Tanner.
Jared up and down.
But Scott loves it.
Wait, Scott, you're not supposed to fold kings before the flop?
Not today,
Wait, what?
Linda. Not today. And here we go. Tanner's going to bet out his 10 high or his pair of 10s. And sorry, son, but Daddy's about to teach you a lesson here. Look at this. He said, all in. And Tanner says, Dad, you were supposed to tap me. I got the belly laugh. Oh, you cannot put us in the booth together. It is Comedy Central.
It's too much fun.
Hey, that's a clever name. I wonder if that's how they came up with that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Comedy Central. We're Comedy Central.
Wait a second.
You know what I miss?
Tell me.
I miss USA Up All Night.
Ah, that was a good time.
Yes.
That was a
with
good time.
The comedian Gilbert Godfrey.
He is, what a gem.
Billy's got a
R.I.P.
pair. Jared's got the upper downer, and the only problem with that is he's got 751 in his stack. Does he want to risk it? He's got backdoor flush and straight flush possibilities. And look at that. He's casually looking at that hand, letting somebody else see the dilemma he's in. And he stacked all of his chips with the white lines facing the same. And here we go. Tanner can't call this. Well, he does have 4 outs, but he still can't call this.
Top pair, decent kicker.
And Scott saying, son, if you he calls.
Yep.
Oh, Lord. And Scott says, son, you're walking home. But if you beat me, you ain't walking.
You ain't going home.
5 on the turn, 5-3 so strong. 6 on the river, and that would have been, no, it would not have. I was going to say would have been the straight 4. And Scott said 1 time. And
No mercy.
No mercy. And look at this. He just slides his chips over to his pops. He says, thanks a lot, Dad. I'm out of here.
Oh! We say one of 2 things when that happens. We say, sheet open, or we say, chips.
Yep, chips. I don't think he's quite leaving, though. Oh, there's the infamous pocket
There
dig.
it goes.
And okay, so here's the question: when you're playing at a table with your dad, these two are fiercely competitive.
Oh, yeah.
And your dad beats you. Oh, he won the free roll. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's where all these big face
There it
hunteds are
is.
coming from.
There it is.
But you can't let your dad get the best of you.
No. Here's what you do. You punch him.
Here's what you do: you hit him. You hit him in the jejernum.
The jejernum.
What movie? Semi-Pro.
Yes. I saw that one time.
Oh.
Will Ferrell, excellent, but
I love Will Ferrell. I back when FYE and all those movie
Oh, yeah.
stores were open, I bought every single one of Will Ferrell's movies.
he is so funny. I really like Blades of Glory. I
Oh,
thought
that is
that
good.
was excellent.
Best movie all time though of his. Step
Austin
Brothers.
Powers. Okay.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers is great.
Yes.
I quoted that earlier today.
Step Brothers.
There we go.
Favorite dinosaur, Velociraptor.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep.
Yep.
You want to do karate in the garage? Yep. Hurry, Dad! It's so bad. Me and my buddies, we quote that movie all the time. And then Anchorman.
I love it.
Anchorman 2 was ridiculous, though.
You know what? My sister told. Well, anyway, she told me it wasn't that good, so I never saw it.
Oh, I have watched it probably 6 times, and I have never made it through the whole movie without
Really?
falling asleep.
Well, that's not a glowing recommendation, as we say.
No, but I do like that movie where Will Ferrell's married and he has to live on his lawn. Everything must go.
That's a good one too.
It's a little more serious.
That one is, darkly funny, but certainly a drama. Jared now with the Pocket Kings. Cowboys making their way around the table.
Oh, Carter just brought up something amazing. Should the guys get the bracelet at the WSOP that are accused of chip dumping? So here's the HR answer of that, Carter.
That's tough.
If you can prove it, absolutely not. And I know we think we can prove it, but still, I don't think you can exactly prove that. From the watchers and the viewers, it looks 100% like they're chip dumping.
Yeah.
And what they were doing was they were trying for
Right.
that $1 million.
Right.
Yes. So you know what they were doing, but in a court, in a trial, when you have people that don't know anything about poker on the jury, because that's what the defense would look
Right.
for.
Oh no, Kings versus Queens.
And that's 4-bet and Scott. So Robert, you need to talk to Scott and tell him how to fold queens.
Yeah, fold the Queens.
But that's a good
now.
question. If you're in the chat and you know what we're talking about, chime in. Let us know what you think on that, because that's a tough spot. If
Carter
it,
says award the bracelet.
I think you have to.
I think you have to.
But you hold the money.
Well, the reality is backroom deals are going to happen. You cannot stop that. Now, should you stop that at the table? 100%. Can you prevent it off the table?
No.
No, people
And they
are gonna
take
talk.
breaks. They get off the table.
That's right.
Scott does make the call. Kings versus Queens. Huge hand in the making. $435 in the pot pre-flop.
Scott, you just got those chips, buddy.
And
Ooh.
yeah, and that right there is going to get an all-in and call.
That's the end right there. What a flop.
There's the all-in.
There's the all-in. Here comes the call. Scott's
At any
still-
point in time, does Scott give him credit for kings or queens? I mean, kings or aces.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. I mean, what are they? You're going all in with jacks, 10s, 9s also.
And nobody's calling 200 pre-flop with pocket 4s, pocket 7s. I don't know. You haven't been to West Texas.
That's right.
If you hadn't seen that happen. Does he want to give away all of his son's chips? Too soon?
Tanner looking around, trying not to tap his dad on the foot and say, "Don't give him my money."
Pay that man his money. What movie?
Rounders.
Yes.
You can't work at a poker room and not know every quote from every line of Rounders.
Yeah, Scott, just a bit shy of 3 stacks of high society. You see what I did there?
Hey, shy.
Oh, $475, and Scott's stacking it up. I don't think he's going to be able to get away from this. If he would know that he only has 1 out to win, or if he even knew that he had kings, there's no shot he calls it. But the question of the day is can Scott Armstrong let this go? He's got the chips counted out.
Ready to move him in, but he is staying stoic.
He needs to play the hand out in his head and able to fold this. And even go back to the hand where Robert folded the kings.
And go back to the
3-bet, 4-bet.
Yeah. Go back to the VPIP that he's facing.
What is Jared's VPIP?
Jared's VPIP sitting right around blank.
Oh, he can't see it because he's all in.
Yep.
Because there's the 1 chip for the call.
The call. After stacking up all those chips, he calls with 1.
He thinks he might be getting it back. Oh, that club doesn't help.
Oh, the ace.
Oh, and now Jared's
scared.
butt's puckered.
Jared's scared. Shows the kings. And the queens go face up. Down. Face down. Woo.
Oh, that is painful. That is brutal. But that is West Tech, and Carter was right. He knew he was calling. That's a tough hand to get away from. I think the only 2 people at this table that fold the pocket queens in that spot right there are Robert in seat number 6 and Billy in seat number 2. Wow. Maybe Richard in seat 1.
Maybe, probably not.
You give that to seat 9, Chris. Snap call. You give that to Zach. Snap call. You give that to Tanner. Snap call.
Give that to Chase. Snap call.
Oh, you give that to me.
Charlie.
They're not even having
call.
a chance to push all in right there.
Man.
I'm already all in and giving them my chips. I'm just saying, here, I'll manufacture the chips for you. Let me run to the ATM.
Poker's so sick.
Yeah, as Basil says, watching from North Korea.
Yes, indeed.
Say it again for Chase's benefit.
All right, say it again. Say it again.
Sega. No, Sega. Oh, you cannot not know that commercial.
Of course I do.
Oh,
yeah.
You don't know it, do you?
I do.
What is it?
Nintendo don't.
No, it's not Nintendo.
Yeah, Sega does what Nintendo don't.
That's clever. I've never heard that.
Oh, that was the same era of those commercials. Sega.
I had the Sega Master System.
The Japanese one?
Yeah, I had the Sega Master
That's
System.
pretty cool. My buddy had a Genesis and Sonic 2.
I had one of the first Nintendos in the United States.
Did you?
Yep, my dad bought it over in Japan when he was over there on a ship.
I got a Super Nintendo when I was 5.
Oh my God, that just aged me.
Blasto pocket aces, not folding those this time.
And he 3-bets it to 110. That's going to be the end of the hand unless Jared gets frisky. Nobody is going to make the call. Carter was 100%
wrong.
right. Oh, and Blasto wasted an opportunity there. But any pot where you pull in chips,
That's a good pot.
yeah, he won $27 right there. How
a good
how
pot.
many jobs in West Texas pay $27 an hour? All of them.
Most of them. Yeah. Yes, this what a world to live in.
Let's put up the win losses and see where everybody's standing right here. Pong.
I had an Atari 26.
My next door neighbor had the Atari. Look at this. Dishman up $1,000. Hurd
go on
up
now.
611. Blasto with that insane winning fold. If he would have played the hand, he would be up over $1,400, but he's up $408. Jared up $266, and Jeff new to the table up $69.
So fine.
And everybody else has some work to do. We do have less than 10 minutes or 15 minutes on the live stream. It is 9:43.
It is time. We are winding down the stream, but man, what a good time we've had.
Pong was amazing. So what was better, Pong or Pitfall for the Atari?
I'm going to go Pong.
Okay, let me ask you this. If you're in the chat, I will give you 2 free hours
Ooh, here we go.
if you can get the answer to this.
All right.
What famous actor was in the Pitfall commercial
Jason Momoa.
for Atari? You can't answer, but that's wrong. What famous actor was in the Pitfall as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Was in the Pitfall commercial for Atari's game?
Johnny Depp.
No.
Okay.
No. No.
Jason Statham.
No.
Okay.
That's a bold move, Cotton. Oh, Pong Black and White, not a tar. Oh, good Lord.
He was playing that on the oscillator. Before TVs were even invented, Chris Carter came along.
So if you're in the chat, 2 free hours credited to your account. Oh, my gosh. Look at
Black.
this. Matthew Pipkin and Hunter Pierce. We'll give it to both of them since they pop.
Pop.
Pop goes the weasel. And they are correct. That was Jack Black's first commercial getting into TV.
Unbelievable.
And have you seen it?
We haven't looked back since then.
We haven't looked back.
Oh.
Ah!
Back Jack Black.
All right, let's go. I'm about to show Chase. Jack Black Pitfall. So 2 players getting free time. Matt, can you text us? Are you a member here at KoJack's? If not,
I think he's playing right now.
oh, hey, text us, message us on Facebook your full name. If that's probably it right there. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Both people right here have their full names right in front of me. So what we'll do is we'll credit both of y'all 2 free hours of play, courtesy of KoJack's Poker Club. Joseph just barely missed the buzzer. Oh, we don't have a buzzer.
That's all right. Yeah, 2 seconds apart. That's close enough for Jazz right there.
Look how young he is.
He is tiny. He looks the same.
He's the same age as the kids of School of Rock.
That's true. That guy looks familiar.
1982 was his first commercial.
Unreal. Look at the graphics on this thing. Pitfall. Joseph, you know what? If you come by, we'll give you a free daily as a consolation prize, buddy.
Aw, it's nice to have the GM in here with us.
That's what I'm saying. Just let me know. Take a screenshot of that message there, and that will be good enough for us as a ticket.
Texting this right now. Send it to Chase.
Hey-o.
Actually, I'm going to draw on it so you can see it.
Draw on it. Yeah, this is not a live stream with Chase and Charlie without a giveaway.
I know, huh?
And by the way, don't forget, come out tomorrow wearing your most festive July 4th garb, and we'll give you free dailies. It's been a fun live stream, everybody. We still got about 15 minutes, and we really appreciate the viewership more than you know. We appreciate the likes, the comments, and, of course, hit that subscribe button for more KoJack's poker action. Thanks again for tuning in.
Carter, turn us off.
All right. Well,
And drive safe.
well, Joseph, when your monthly expires, you're still good for a daily, my man. I'll put it in your notes on your account, and we'll get you taken care of, buddy.
Oh, is Paul looking for a wreck?
Paul might need several.
See what you did there? I don't know. Blasto stack's pretty impressive.
Blasto, yeah. My favorite stacking, though, Billy does a good job. Blasto, I like the wall in front of Richard, but my very favorite is Mike Svoboda.
Oh, my gosh.
4 foot tall towers every single time.
Yeah,
no
can I
matter
get
how
2,000
much
in chips all in red?
all in red. He can't even see around him. I don't know how he doesn't knock him over. Tanner with the King Quisha here.
Kaquisha?
Quisha of spades.
Oh, that's King Queen suited is just so absolutely sexy.
Would you rather have King Queen?
Look at this. This is
3
why.
random cards.
King Queen.
Yeah, I know.
Look at this. Tanner flops the Wamboozle, and Jeff is not dead.
Jeff is way not dead. Jeff,
Neither is Richard. Nobody in the hand's dead.
Look at
A7
this.
is still good.
A7 still could make it happen. A deuce and a 7. Here it comes. $55 to call. Jared throws it away. Richard out of there.
Jeff says, stay out of my pot.
Jeff says, give me that flush.
And that's trouble for Tanner. 9%. He's got 4 outs. Only 3 are alive. The Queen of Diamonds is in the muck. Or the burn pile. One or the other.
Tanner feeling pretty good.
Red Solo Cup.
Hey,
Billy walking with that Black Clover River League style.
love
Beautiful
that.
shirt.
Some good merch. River League is our sister club, I would say.
Brother Club.
Brother club?
Yeah.
Cousin club?
No, it's blood.
It is blood.
There Will Be Blood. Have you seen that movie?
I have not.
Oh my gosh, that's an oil-filled movie. If you're in the chat and you've seen There Will Be Blood, type ones if you think Chase should watch it. Twos if you think he should not.
Okay.
That's such a great movie. It's a good movie.
I remember when it came out. What a great title for a movie also.
You saw No Country for Old Men,
Of
right?
course.
Okay. It's kind of similar to that
Is it
style,
more or less
like
violent?
Quentin Tarantino style? Yeah,
Okay.
it's that.
Tanner, all in. Jeff can't get the chips in fast enough.
He's hoping he hadn't seen each other's cards, so he's hoping no other hearts come and the board does not pair. We know he's got 91% on it, dodging 3 outs, 2 kings, 1 queen, and the river's a 6.
Blank.
And they're running it twice. The river's an ace.
Blank.
They're running it 3 times. Can he go 3 for 3? He went 3 for 3, and that right there is $1 million contract in the MLB.
Hey, Jeff, you're welcome, buddy. Thanks for the bottle of wine, my friend.
He gave you a bottle?
He did.
Aww.
A very tasty bottle.
I bet you he's really glad I moved him off that other table.
Yeah, see.
That's the benefits of having a must move. He was running so unlucky out there. Turns a boat, loses to a bigger boat and on the river, and comes over here and instantly doubles up 400, and he came over with $362 and because 363, and he's got 854 in his hand.
Ooh, go on, Jeff.
I'm gonna go out there and tell him we have to move him back to the outer table.
Oh man,
I'll drink your milkshake.
Too good.
What movie?
Sling Blade.
Ah,
I don't actually know. I just threw that out there. We have a player that kind of sounds like Sling Blade, and boy, he cracks me up.
you know.
And we got a bomb pot coming up. This will be the last bomb pot of the stream. Once again, thanks everybody for checking us out.
So that is 100%. There will be blood.
100%.
100%. 102%. I mean, that's how sure I am. And just like that, Dawson seals up the live stream. We're running on the last 15 minutes, actually, last 9 minutes.
Got a couple more hands.
Tanner says, he gone. Robert enjoying one of those $4 hot dogs.
Come on now. Can you find a better deal? Those hot dogs are tasty.
We're not out here to make a profit on those. We're out here to give you some good beef at a quality price.
Okay, Charlie. Calm down.
Hey, I'm telling you, we sold 60 of those in one day.
I'll drink that milkshake.
I'll drink that milkshake. That milkshake right there, man.
Oh, man.
Flop comes out, 9 of diamonds, 5 of diamonds, queen of hearts on the lower board. The upper board, it's flipped on here. The upper board, king 10, 10. And now we're going to fill in with all the hands.
All the hands on the deck right now. All of them.
And welcome to the TV mature version of KoJack's Live here, coming from 3205 West Cuthbert Avenue. This is the 1-2 live stream special game. We've got a feeder table running of it from outside. Most people are off work tomorrow, so you can expect KoJack's to probably not close tonight.
We're not closing tonight. We're not closing tomorrow. We are staying open on the weekend, and we're giving away free time on Sunday. Get out here before 5 p.m. Put your name on Poker Atlas, and you'll be entered to win that free time on Sunday.
Paul not going anywhere with tree tens in his hand and the nut diamond draw.
Scott.
Scott
What are you
says.
doing?
He says I'm all in.
Scott, what are you doing?
He says I've got.
Scott, what are you doing?
I'm trying to. Oh, he's got open-ended on the bottom board. He's got gut shot on the top board.
Scott,
He's
what
got
are you
queen
doing?
high diamonds.
Scott, what are you doing? Oh, he's double guttered.
Yeah.
6 will bring him the
The
straight.
low end. Yep.
Yeah.
The 9 high. And look at this. Paul says, I guess I'll call
I
with my 10 and
guess.
my nut flush. I don't want to take the rest of your money.
10s with the ace.
I read Carter's How Big Are the Winners? I was like, man, you can see the table.
The winners are pretty good.
Yeah, the winners are good.
And there's a diamond.
That completes it for Hurd. He's looking to
Hurd.
fill up on the bottom. And that is Broadway for Chris.
Pow.
And that is not a boat. So
That'll take
waiting on that final king to get there on that bottom board so we see it. And that's going to be a split for... Oh, he folded.
There is no way.
Wow, he folded the split, and now Paul is going to ship the whole pot.
Scoop, scoop.
Scoopity, scoop, scoop, scoop.
Paul, get another rack, buddy.
And look at this. The 6 got there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for Scott on the top. And it was not his night tonight.
Hey, Cambry in the chat. Good to see you. Congratulations on the wedding. Happened pretty recently. Saying Baby Hayes says, Dad better come home with some cash. Dad better have my money.
Uh-oh. Who's that?
Jared.
Oh, no way. Oh, yes, that's right. I didn't even recognize it.
Yeah.
Daddy's got some money. I see 2 stacks of green in front of Daddy. Since you tuned in, let's go ahead and show you what this is right here. Daddy's up $233 coming home with some big face Benjamins, at least 13 of them. We'll go kick him off the table right now. But our big winner for tonight so far is Mr. Dishman. We do have time for one more hand,
That's
and
right.
then we will be cutting out and heading home. But the thing about it is this game is going to go all night long.
All night.
Oh my gosh. So if you've enjoyed the stream tonight, give us some hearts, give us some likes, give us some shares. We do this because we love you guys.
Put some
and-
bald guys in the emoji.
Yeah, put some bald guys or some gray-headed guys.
Yeah, not
Hey.
for long. I'm joining the club.
I would kill for some gray hair.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Gray bush. Tell him he's got to go home. Yeah, sorry, Jared. You're done playing for the night. Can
buddy,
you
we're
imagine
cutting
that?
you off.
Yeah. Baby and mama say, come home right now.
We'll suggest a rack.
Yeah. I should walk out there right now and just hand it to him.
Hey, Gabriel in the chat saying, epic streamer, loving it. Having a great time, entertaining everybody. Thank you very much for the kind words.
Yeah, Gabe, thanks for joining in tonight. We absolutely love it. And joining in on Twitch. We've got 3 platforms you can join in: YouTube, Twitch, and
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yep.
Yay.
Old Zuck.
Have you seen my Facebook?
Raucous laughter here in the booth.
Oh, we're going to have to get Dawson in here.
We need
He made me feel good with that giggle. That was the ultimate dad joke.
Dawson rules.
Yes. But thoroughly enjoyed everybody joining in, and we love your interactions. I mean, it's hard to sit here and look at a screen and talk without your Carters, your Gabriels, your Pipkins.
Yes,
Hey, I
indeed.
said that right.
You sure did. I got one name in the history of life.
Yes. And look at this. What the deuce?
What the deuce?
What just happened?
Even happening? I see a big bet.
Did we miss this hand?
So what happened was I had a triple board on.
Oh, you clicked it one time instead of 2 times. Are we going to get it?
No.
Oh, we're not going to get this hand?
No, I fixed it.
Okay.
It gets a little weird, but it'll fix.
It gets weird.
That's the Twilight Zone. Have you seen the Twilight Zone, the movie?
No, I haven't.
Gosh, Chase, we're gonna have to get you watching some more. Twilight Zone, the movie, the opening scene with Dan Aykroyd,
Oh, yeah.
and I can't remember who the other person is epic.
All right, I'll check it out.
Have you seen the original Poltergeist?
I have.
Okay, I used to be so scared of that movie. MacBook Pro. She says,
Hello. She says she's feeling just fine. She's having a good time.
"Love
She's
you,
loving life.
Love you, Carter. Chase loves you too.
Yeah, well, you know.
Chase loves you too.
Yeah.
Only on Thursdays." Carter, you're supposed to be driving, paying attention to the road.
He's playing in the mud.
Yep, he's playing in the mud. Here we go. We've got a huge hand brewing here. I see an all-in chip out. We're going to kick Dawson square in the shin for making us miss this. This was a big hand.
We'll catch up.
Yep.
I got faith.
So here we go. We got all in,
We got a face
flop
card.
out, and here we
got
go.
Another face card. Ace King on Paul Hurd.
Scott rebought.
Scott Rebot. Blasto. Out. ZD out. Jeff Folds. Chris out. Wait, Chris
Chris is all in.
with the 7-4. You'll love to see it.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
That is a bold move. And Chris
Billy.
looking confident.
Wait, there's $550 in the pot. How does Billy know? Oh, he's dead.
Wow. Paul Hurd. Broadway.
Turns Broadway. Hey, that would qualify for the Fortune 4.
Would it not? This is how you get on the board.
What is the pot at?
7,900?
Was that a question mark?
I think so. I think we started at 78 today.
Billy had the low end of the straight. Billy's good. Billy's
Billy is
good.
So good. All right, everybody. That'll be the last hand of the live stream.
Ladies and gentlemen, we absolutely love you coming out and watching, but we wanted to let you know coming up August the 1st, 6 p.m.
2nd and 3rd, come out to KoJack's and Celebrity Card Club. If you are a lady, we got a championship just for you.
And double bag it up. You carry all chips forward so you can qualify on Friday, August 1st at 6 p.m. at Celebrity Card Club, August 2nd at 6 p.m. at KoJack's Poker Club. And day 3 is going to be right here in these chairs on your screen that you're looking at live at, at 1 p.m.
Pow. Pow. Powie.
What is that?
What are you saying? Powie? Is he saying Powie?
All right. And what else we got? 7,900?
7,900 sounds about right. And we got a new window on Sunday, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. 6
Hey,
hours.
does that coincide with when I'll be doing the drawings?
Wait a second. I think it does. It's almost like we did that on purpose.
So we're gonna draw 10 names. If they're here, give them 10 free hours. And there's a 6-hour window?
There is a 6-hour window to make thousands of dollars.
You crazy.
We all crazy.
You crazy.
We all crazy. Well, thanks again for checking us out. We got Dawson in the background. Charlie, the head.
Oh, I can't point that way.
Now you go.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen Dawson?
Whoa. Whoa.
And so, hey, thanks again for joining us. You got GM Chase, you got bald-headed Charlie, and you got the brains behind the operation.
And
Sitting
the
back here.
luscious locks of Dawson.
What is he playing? Goldilocks. Look at it.
Look at this.
He's just showing me up. Hold on. Let me do that too.
Yeah, let me see what I got here. No.
We'll see you next week.